But yeah, I could make a darkness token marker.
Hello.
I don't know, Bless comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless her. That goes on a character sort of thing.
I thought I had one
Unless you're
for
talking.
bless. Not seeing it though. Weird.
Oh, I think I'm misunderstanding what you're actually asking for. You're asking for like the markers that go on the tokens, not like a token itself.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, I do have one for bless. Let me just add that to my favorites so it shows up. Alright. Anything besides bless? Does someone have emboldening bond in this group?
No, I don't think so.
Do we use haste at all?
No.
Don't think so.
Okay.
So sad.
I mean, slow might come up.
Yeah, I've just got sort of charms, sleeps, poison, some fears, some incapacitated, like standard conditions.
Sleep, that's a minute. You don't concentrate on that though, I don't think.
No, it wouldn't be like wouldn't be from me anyway. It'd be from Sprig, like putting a character to sleep, not casting the sleep spell.
Alright. That would probably work for unconscious.
Yeah, like it's the standard conditions, really.
Alright. Well, if we come across something, we can try to work on it. Is everyone here? Looks like it.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Ribbon, you would be up for scribe this week if you're okay.
Yeah.
And looks like Calgrod, you were the previous scribe. Do you want to give us a quick recap?
Yeah. So, Ripple returned Eraniae from his temporary banishment. There was an exchange of unpleasantries, and Eraniae polymorphed Ripple into a turtle, claiming to be the best wizard. There was a kind of a verbal exchange that lasted a bit until Erania somehow warned us about the Asleys Avengers that were actually fighting the Mind Flayers down in the Undercave and had kind of come from the Empire, looks like. So clearly the Mind Flayers' absence was linked to what was happening over there, and the Mindstorm, the location of the Mindstorm remaining kind of unknown and possibly of interest for these Avengers. We don't know much about them except that there's an assassin hobbit that were a halfling that we don't know what they do, but there is a ranger, if I remember well, and another one. I think I put that somewhere in my notes. I will have to look at them up, but yeah, so possibly another group of adventurers. So we decided not to try to find them. We hang out for the day, waiting for the night for plane shifting to the fort, which Ripple did with success and brought us to this kind of barren plain back to the Shadowfell inside of the fort and the castle or the fortress. So we hanged out We hanged out. We found a few rock art grouping to kind of go for the long rest in. And a small cave among the rocks. We kind of hid over there before kind of stepping into Ripple's dimensional haven. We sent Dija Invisible to scout the castle. She find a bunch of towers, a bunch of guards, and a window with two Shadowstalkers in one bedroom, possibly giving us a inn. So after remaining unseen, she returned, and we started the long rest into Reaper's special place. I did remove my shoes politely because that seems to have been a big thing. And Sprig stayed out with a gem for the night, and during the night, Reaper felt out that Sprig was being there was kind of a presence, evil presence and sinister darkness kind of approaching. And Spring was actually killed by this necromantic effect that we suspect is a Nightwalker or the Void Walker, but it doesn't seem to have found the gem and the cave. So in the morning, we kind of woke up, finished our long rest. Ripple got Spring back again, and we decided to go back into the gem and have Dija drop us in the room that was scouted while we were in the dimensional space. That worked out actually pretty well. Dija was
Someone say something?
No, my sort of background video kicked in and it was irritating. Sorry.
Hi,
My bad.
that's fine. No, that's fine. So we dropped in the room, which at that point was empty in the morning. We heard some noise and probably some kind of patrol, but we avoided the patrol, and we actually got lucky because we found prisoners nearby, and there were road bros, there was Shiva, there was Orchard, and the goblins, Shiva, and a bunch of humans. And Rodbro was pretty much by himself in another prison. They were all kind of dozy and similar to the guard that of the humans we found in the caves earlier. And we ended up starting to free them by banishing them back to their home plane, at least for some of the humans. And So Tal and Ripple kind of started sending them off their chain, which worked. And the guard came up, we killed him, got the keys, and returned to the room we came into, and with the guard's body, by the way. And we had enough people at that point that Ripple could try to plane shift us. Everybody else was banished. And we tried to plan shift, and that didn't work. And that's where we are right now.
All right. Thank you for that recap. So it is currently the 30th of winter at 9 a.m. And you are trying to figure out what to do next. One thing I should mention, I was trying out something a little different. You might notice there's a party token instead of all your tokens. To make it easier for exploration, I was kind of going to just move everyone along with the token. If you want to separate from the party, you would just kind of drag yourself on in that 15-foot glowing square radius. But I think this will help with like performance and just so you know, like random people don't get left behind. So far, it's been working out pretty good with the other group, so I'm going to see how it did in this group. So yeah, if you ever want to not be with the group, feel free to pull your token on, and if you rejoin, you just have to come within the 15 feet and delete your token.
Makes sense. Sounds like a useful exploration tool.
So question, how long did it pass since we first came in that room and since we came back with all the banishment and fight and stuff like that?
I believe probably like 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes, okay. So I believe he did ring the alarm, right? If I remember well.
Someone, what do you mean ring the alarm?
Did he call out,
Yeah,
but nobody
so
came or something like
he
that?
he did yell. No one seems to have come, so either they didn't hear it or for whatever reason they ignored it.
Okay.
Someone in the group has a light source, right?
No, me and Tal
Um,
have got the night vision from Calgrad, and both Calgrad and Ripple can see in the dark.
Okay,
yes.
For
so
now.
no lights right now.
No lights right now.
Okay.
Specifically, I've got devil sight, so I don't care about the light.
Yeah, but
Um,
I just want to make sure that no one was requiring a light.
no.
But okay, so everyone's in the dark. Got it.
And whilst we're using this sort of group token mechanic, I will. Sprig can't walk through the door currently, but Sprig will walk through the door and rejoin the 15-foot, so he can be included in the actual party token.
Okay. Yeah, Sprig can
Um,
rejoin the party. That's fine.
I guess we kind of have to give it a shot. It's probably not going to work. But Taruva, Chaos Amulet, can you teleport us out of here? Anywhere but here.
The amulet would say, didn't you call me boring?
No, I said you was boring because you didn't teleport us, and then you didn't teleport us. So, I don't think you can teleport us. So, I don't think you have the option to not be boring right now,
Well,
because I don't think you can do it.
unfortunately, you are correct. I am forced to be boring at the moment. Someone has limited the ability to teleport in this area in general.
Really, that affects you too.
We are on the top of the tower under the roof. Maybe we should try to get up rather than down and see if we can do that again from the top of the roof.
I think the issue with trying to go up rather than down is you guys can't fly. And if it's an area not... If it's an area, then we might not be able to teleport from the roof. And we might need to go further out.
Does
But
your sprig can't sprig teleport naturally, like a dimension door, or do any kind of teleportation?
he can leave this plane and he can come back to this plane.
So what about trying to have him, because he can go through the window, right? The
He
bars are
can.
probably so. What about you sending to the roof, see if he can actually leave, use the power to leave the plane from there? Can he do it from here? Actually,
I'll wave my hand and try and dismiss Sprig. Then with his
Uh,
pocket.
can you give me the find familiar spell just so I can see how that works?
Yep, of course.
Okay, where's dismiss?
Specifically, temporarily dismiss your familiar. It disappears into a pocket dimension where it awaits your summons.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that would probably work. So yeah, the sprig would poof out if you did that.
And I'll try and bring him back.
Yeah, it seems like he can be resummoned. I mean, I think I told you last time you would guess that it's probably warded specifically from certain spells being cast. That doesn't necessarily cover all dimensional travel or teleporting.
Yeah, but it helps us limit what is and isn't restricted.
Yeah.
Okay.
we cannot get back in your gem right away, right?
Not for another. That's a long one. What's the?
I think it's
What's
once
the
per long
timing?
rest, right?
No, I'm after what's the timing on what's our long rest?
7
When's our
a.m.
long- Is our long rest
So
7 a.m.?
that's when it would end. So you'd have to wait the all day and then long rest at the night. So you've basically got to wait 24 hours.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Our long rest. Yeah. Our long rest is 9:30. It's almost 24 hours away. It's literally 22 hours.
Okay. So I
Perhaps
cannot
you
contact.
could.
So just letting you guys know, I cannot contact Dija. She's back to the cave because we sent her over there in case invisibility was coming out. So I cannot resummon her unless she dies. So we're kind of stuck here at that point.
Well, we have two options. We can try to break the spell that prevents us from teleporting, or we leave here before the guard changes and they find us.
Yeah. But
Or we go around and we corrupt the minds of all the guards and we make them all very scared so that they all run away and then we can walk out.
we have. So you're suggesting that we hide?
No, I go around as a scary little fairy and I scare all the guards and they run away.
We can just kill the guards that we find on the way.
There are quite a
Bless
few
them.
of them, I believe, Warcard says.
Yeah, so here we have a fairly defensible position because there's only one door access.
Not against an
No,
army.
it's not.
Not against what?
Not against
It's
an
not
army.
one way. We also don't know how many ways in there are.
Well, there's only one door here, right?
Oh, there's one
In
door in
that
this
room?
room. You want to
Is
fight
that-
solely stuck in this room?
Well, I'm not saying that. So the guard we killed is going to be. I mean, obviously somebody is going to start investigating what's going on. There's clearly two people living in that room, so they will come back too. If we can stay as long as possible hidden here and kind of just kill whoever comes in without, if we can prevent them from giving any further alerts, we may gain some hours and just kind of defend the place here. As soon as we get outside in corridors and stuff like that, we could be attacked from all sides. Here we still have we can see outside, so there's still a possibility of either dimension, like we can dimension door. Well, oh, we haven't tried that. Can we dimension door actually?
I believe that is probably not an option.
Probably not an option, huh? Yeah. So right now we're at the highest. Is that correct, Blue? That we are kind of very high on the tower,
Yeah.
and okay.
Who flew you in? Your pet?
Yeah, it was Dija.
So Deja would probably, because he can communicate with you telepathically, or
No,
or
no,
can he
no.
talk to you?
So when Dija brought us here, I had the beast sense, so I could see through her
Oh,
eyes.
okay, yeah. So
But
you would know then that you came in on the third, like basically kind of like the third floor of the base as a whole. The only thing above you was a roof area. So yeah, you believe
And
you
just
are
to,
at the highest point.
and just to double check, is that American third floor or proper third floor? I'm assuming American.
Does proper include a basement or something?
No, a proper includes ground floor.
yeah,
So is it
Uh,
ground floor first, second, third, or is it
oh,
first, second, third?
so first floor would be a floor
it's a
above the
ground.
ground. Okay. So then it would be American, I guess, because from
Okay.
what you saw, yeah, there are 3 levels to this place.
So
Alright.
2 levels down is the exit. 1 level
Yeah.
up is the roof.
Yeah.
Can you guys
Right.
fly? Can you just fly? It'd be so much easier if you guys could just fly.
Can we fly? I don't think I can actually.
I can't fly.
I can meld into stone. I can do a teeny hut, so teeny hut can save us a bit. I mean, obviously they probably will dispel, but that's another option.
Wait, how long does
Uh,
Tinny Hut last? How long does
uh,
Tinny Hut last?
so teeny
8
hut
hours.
lasts for 8 hours.
Wouldn't be long enough.
We need 22.
So you would hear another scream as you're talking. You would guess someone is being tortured somewhere on this floor. Sounds like a
Yeah,
woman.
Fine, ignore her.
Orcard looks a little concerned as he hears that and says, the issue is that if they find out you're here, I think they have spellcasters, so I don't know what sort of things they could do to get to you.
Yeah, we need to get out of here as soon as possible.
I'm fairly
can-
certain I've got some ideas on what they could do to get to us.
Yeah, they're terrifying. So
They are.
He says, I know that the guards come around every few hours, so you do have probably some time until they check in on the cells again. But if they see everyone's gone, I'm guessing they'll alert the base as a whole that something's going on.
I know. We should play rock, paper, scissors and see if we go up or down.
The best hiding place is probably in the roof. I mean, going down is like getting exposed to everybody and everything that's down there.
there's a chance that there's a cave access in the cellar.
Oh, are we going up to hide?
Well, that's yeah. See, if we go up, this is for hiding. If we try to escape, this is probably the cellar. So
You
that's
see, because I thought this was a fort, so the top would have parapets and there would be people watching it. But maybe not. Maybe this isn't like a fort and it's just like a weak fort and they don't have people on the parapet. Or they
Is
don't
there
have people on the walls looking at the parapets on the roof.
Lou, did I
don't
see
know.
anything on the roof? Is the roof like a flat roof with parapet, like he's saying, or like a pointy roof with actually a roof?
It is a flat roof. There's it's sort of like the top of the keep is almost like I don't want to say a tower, but it is skinnier than the rest of the keep. The outer walls have the kind of tower areas where you'd guess they fire from. What's a parapet again?
The battlement.
Crenellations?
Yeah,
like
crenellation,
defensive
battlement.
structures. Places
Yeah,
where
it's a
people
battle
would
of
patrol.
stand there and shoot arrows.
Oh, I mean, there's cover up there on the sides, like so an archer could take cover behind like a half wall and fire down if they wanted to.
Okay,
so
not...
it's okay. So
Yeah,
there's
but
no
full
hiding.
parapet, not-
Then
But
there's no
there's
hiding.
also
on the
no
roof.
chance they don't check the roof after they
Yeah.
find
And the
prisoners
roof
down.
is an open
I
area,
agree.
so yeah, it's not the best for taking cover.
No. I was thinking more like a roof with a ceiling and like something like under the roof, but not an open roof. I didn't realize it was an open roof.
Can you still do the makey stone pillars thing?
No, I can still shape stone, yeah. So I
Well,
could
if we
close
go
off
to
an
the
exit.
roof, we could close the roof access, and then we could fight from the roof and kill everyone from there.
Everyone is
That-
probably a huge number. There's an army in here.
Yes, and if they have any flyers, any dragon or any kind of things like that, the roof will be like a complete exposed area for us.
Hmm.
the
How do
roof,
these LV people do with poison? Does anyone actually know? These Shadowstalkers. Are they good at poisons?
It doesn't matter. Taking out one at a time is... I don't know. It would probably take us the 72 hours only to take them all out. Even if they don't hit us with anything.
But I can be a scary fairy.
Well, here's a stupid random idea. Why don't me and Ripple can make ourselves look like whatever we want? So why don't we just make ourselves look like hobgoblin, and then you and Cal hide and pretend to be the human slaves in there, and then we just chill for a day.
for a day.
Can we make ourselves look like 20 prisoners like they were before?
I can't do
Um,
that. No.
I can give
I
myself
don't
a big belly so it looks like I've eaten them.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
Okay, I think that's the end of his non-serious suggestions. Now I'll let you guys go back to plans.
Well, so one of the possibilities for us to hide in the stone. If we want to hide, then the roof is not an option. this room is probably going to be assaulted. So if we want to hide, we can hide in the stone. But I cannot hide everybody. So we have that option. If you were talking about scaring people, maybe you guys, the scary fairies can kind of create a diversion, and we bring the other to the basement and see if there's any kind of secret tunnel or anything like that over there.
A diversion is noisy, usually. Maybe we can just slip by unseen.
If you want a diversion, I can just run out the window and then start blasting people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they can do a diversion outside of the tower, which
Can we please remember that once we get out of the tower, we still need him alive to plane shift us back to the material plane. Otherwise, we get eaten by Nightwalker.
So that means that only Riven can do.
Yes, I will go and be the distraction. I will go on a suicide mission. All right, that's decided. I'm off. Bye.
Sounds like a good
I go
plan.
to get out the
No,
window.
no, Riven, no.
What?
We are discussing options. Don't
We
take
have
it
two.
so.
We have two options. We either stay here and try and hide, or we try and get out. Those are our only options. So if we
Yeah.
don't think we can get away with 24 hours hiding here, because let's be completely honest, they're going to find us eventually.
Yeah,
Then we might as well try and get out now before they know anything's off.
I agree.
Yeah.
22 hours. We only need 22 hours.
Okay, but they will find us in 22 hours.
Yeah, I agree with
So
that.
we might as well
Maybe.
go while they don't
I'm
know
really-
anything's wrong.
I'm
Yeah,
really
and
good at hiding.
on top of that, I still have the warding bond on the Ripple for another 50 minutes, and the sea invisibility for that long too.
So we might as well try and get out now. Have these four at the back, three at the back, because let's be honest, they're completely useless in the fight right now.
Yeah.
And try and sneak our way through.
All right, so we don't do
Yeah.
diversion, so that we try to use discretion to get down as fast as possible, and find the basement. Is that the plan?
Let's be completely honest. Once they know we're here and we start fighting, that's going to be a big enough diversion anyway.
Yeah.
Because none of us are quiet.
Okay, so that one points to the to card, and that one, the human lady,
Shiva.
and that one, the big guy.
So Shiva and Rotbro seem fairly out of it. Orcard is not looking great, but he at least still has some wits about him.
Okay, so they can't fight, and
No.
I need to be safe, apparently.
Yes.
Okay, so perhaps we should just not be visible for a while, at least in the initial push downwards, and then when everything hits the fan, then I can start burning people.
Yeah, just make sure you're not at the front. Make sure you're at the back, because you go down, we all die.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That is
Tough.
very true. I didn't know there were fans in the Feywild, but I like the expression.
Didn't know we were what?
Well, of course, there's fans in
Well,
the
I know,
Feywild.
I know that
Everyone's gonna-
I know there was shit in the Feywild. I didn't know there was fans.
Well, what else are the servants gonna keep you cool with?
Honestly, it's a very fun sport, to be honest. You have to try and throw it without actually using your hand. Quite a common
right.
game.
Right.
It is. Why do you think everybody in the Feywild knows Mage Hand?
Yeah,
Like-
it's that's true. It sounds like a troll game though, but hey.
Yeah, but the difference is fairy shit is quite glittery and pinkish and fairy dust.
Okay. That's a good argument actually.
And then when the pixies get involved, it makes people that can't fly.
Alright, so what do you all want to do?
Well, hold on. You just said that Pixie can make people fly. Can Sprig do that?
He's not a pixie.
Oh, he's not a
You just-
pixie. Oops.
You hear a bunch of Sylvan coming from the invisible sprig.
What is
Calling
it?
him a
Wow.
pixie is like
Yeah.
calling Riven a sprite. They're not the same.
I didn't
Uh-oh.
realize you talk Sprig that much foul language. To be honest,
I didn't teach him any of that.
where
They're
the
all
hell
naughty
did
word sprig.
Well, Spring, don't throw your shit at me, okay?
She's a sprite. Okay, me and Shiva and Rockbro and Orcard are going to be invisible at the back. And then
Okay.
you guys are going to go punch people in the face, and then I'll burn them.
Should we just we can move quietly behind the group then. I'll try to keep track of Shiva and Rotbro.
No, Ripple, you don't do anything until we desperately need you. You need to be the one that is left standing second from last. Potentially last is either me or Tel, because we can bring people back. But you need to make sure you're second from last.
Ripple is going to cast a spell, and his hand is going to catch fire, and he's going to look very sad.
Alright, so you create a small flame in your hand. And you said you were going to exit through the north door now?
Yep. So I'll go first. I'll kind of scout ahead. I'm pretty stealthy, so I can be at least the scout over there.
Hey, come back. Before you go anywhere. I touched Calgrad and I cast invisibility on him, so he's at least invisible.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
So it would give him advantage on...
Go ahead and...
If we're doing that now, then I will go 5th level invisibility on the people who can't fight or need to not die.
Yeah, Pass Without a Trace is also still active.
Alright, so you use a 2nd level spell and a 5th level spell. And Calgrad, if you're getting ahead of the group a bit, go ahead and pull yourself on.
Yes. So I stay knowing that Tal still has a Pass Without Trace. I'll stay within 30 feet of him.
And if you just
that trace going.
If you just do the invisibility description, I don't think it'll minus your spell slot. Just FYI.
It has. It did.
Yeah. No,
oh.
I might.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just used to doing it manually. So.
How far ahead of the group do you want to be, Calgrad?
25 feet.
Okay. So go ahead and I guess just someone have the party token follow him.
Yeah.
So the hallways are quiet for the most part. Again, you would hear the occasional scream somewhere else in the dungeon.
Also, just for the sake of saying so, Sprig is invisible.
Oh, wow. That's pretty amazing.
Alright, so you follow the windy hallway, which seems to come to a door at the end. You can see that there is a light burning inside.
Listening to hear anything over there.
It sounds like a torch burning inside the room. Other than that, you don't hear anything.
Okay.
Don't do anything. Give me a second. Don't do anything. Give me a second. I'm going to use sorcery points to do detect thoughts.
Okay.
If I can hear anyone in there.
Go ahead and link it.
What, 30 feet?
30 feet, and I can sense. I'll be able to sense if there's thoughts in there because there's a bit further down.
Yeah. Anyone within the range of the 30 feet, you'll be able to pick them up as independent thoughts.
It says one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, and then further down.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Oh, at
you
the
can
bottom.
use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast a spell or as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of metal, and other than lead, a thin sheet of lead block.
So you concentrate, trying to focus through the door, because you think the stone is more than 2 feet. You don't get any thoughts from the room to the north. Or at least past the doorway. You don't think there are any thoughts in there.
Right, so there's no one 30 feet in that room. But beyond that, I have no idea.
I'm going to try to open the door discreetly.
Alright. You very carefully push the door open. Inside, looks like is some sort of torture chamber. As there is there's a chair on the north part of the room that looks like it has straps for the feet and legs of a victim. There's some implements, look like torture implements, on a table nearby. In the southwest corner, you would see 2 unmarked potions.
Okay, so I'm kind of whispering, going back to the group, saying a few potions. I'm going to look if there is any kind of trapdoor on the ground or any kind of refuse pit where possibly they would throw bodies or something like that.
Orcard says, I was tortured in here at least once. They tried to get information out of me and several of my people.
That's lovely.
Can Galgod still see invisible creatures?
Do you have Detect Invis going?
Still visible, yeah. Yeah, I still have it for until 8.
Okay.
It does
Cool.
not look
Yeah.
like there are invisible creatures in here. Also, there is another window in here facing the north side of the yard. You would see the wall in the distance, several guards walking the wall. Yeah, it's daytime, so there's some light outside. Almost looks a bit overcast, as it usually does in the Feywild. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm going to whisper to everybody, okay, I'm going back. There's no sign of trap or anything like that or passage over there.
Did you
If you
take your
guys,
potions?
I didn't. If you guys want to take them, you're welcome to, but
I'll mage hand them because I don't trust that it's not going to bloody blow up. I'll mage hand both of them, picking them up and putting them in the party treasurer.
Okay. Sure, you can add them to the party treasury. For record purposes, these are from session 63, just so I know what they are. If you go to identify them in like 5 games from now or something.
okay. I did. Alright.
So
If you walk
Uh,
back,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, as Calgod walks past the party, you will
Yeah.
see a fairy flying completely upside down, about 2 inches in front of Shiva's face, just looking at
I
a
will
weirdly
scratch. I will scratch his
from the
head.
nose.
I will scratch his head gently. Hey, that's me.
Oh, is that
Alright.
Sprig?
No, it's Rickle.
Oh, alright.
Oh, it's Ripple. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going back over there, closing the door behind once we leave the room.
Okay.
Making sure that the door here has been also left closed. Actually, there is another door here we haven't investigated. I'm
No, that's
going
the
to
one we
try.
came through, isn't it?
No, here. I would like to listen to that door. Is that the door? No, that's not the door.
That
Right?
is a door, yeah. There's a door there.
Yeah, so that was
Uh,
something different.
you listen at the door. Once again, you think you hear a torch burning inside, but no sounds of people.
So we'll kind of whisper to Riven to do his. Can he do his trick again, or we should kind of keep that for?
Keep that for when you actually think, because I'll burn
Okay.
through a lot of sorcery points and I don't get them all back.
Okay, got
Detect
it.
thoughts is a minute. So if we ain't sticking around and moving at a decent pace, you might still have time to check this one quickly.
You probably would have done more than a minute because you had looked around for a bit and then come back down the hall. So I'd say it's probably gone by now.
Okay.
Just try to open the door
Would it-
silently.
Would I have had it going when I was here, so I'd have sensed anything in that room? Just
Well, the walls are thicker than 2 feet of
okay, yeah,
stone.
they're freaking 2
The
feet,
doors aren't, but the walls are.
Yeah.
All right, so you push this door open, revealing another lit room with a window. Again, seemingly empty. This one doesn't have the bloodstains or anything out of the ordinary. Seems. Oh, there are some more sleeping bags in here.
Alright, so more sleeping bags. Are going to go to that other door over there and listening.
Okay. That room will as well sound uninhabited.
All right. Going to open the door too.
Okay. So this opens into a bit of a larger room. Several windows, and you would see a stairwell going up. This might be access to the roof.
Okay. So just going to take a quick look to see. So there's nobody. Stairwells going up. So I'm going to kind of say, "Hey, we found the path to the roof. Now we need to find the path to the basement." All right. So yeah, I'm kind of, unless this is something, I'm kind of going back. We are looking to go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here,
Your head
going
gets
back
scratched if
here.
you walk past Ripple.
Yep. All right. So going down here. Is that the passage still? So nobody on that passage over there?
That passage seems to lead to another cell. It looks like that cell is empty at the moment. South of you, there is a door.
So listening to that door.
This is where that one soldier came through.
Ah, oh, okay. So no noise from that door?
Not so far. It seems quiet. You would probably hear, as I said, a scream every now and then that seems to be coming from somewhere over here. Not that spot, but that side of the area.
All right. So I will open that door quickly, as discreetly as possible.
Okay, so this one opens towards you. Pulling it open, there is another hallway.
Ooh, okay. So taking a peek in the hallway, left and right.
Several windows with bars and a torch at one end of the hall. At the other end, looks like another torch.
Right here, guys, this way.
Oh, you don't have to mark yourself with a shield anymore.
Oh,
To save space on like token markers, just give yourself the melee sign with a number 1 to signify one of your hands is being used.
the melee sign.
Yeah,
Which
like
one is that?
the 3 swords, and just
The three swords. Okay.
yeah. So it would be this one, like this.
Have
Oh,
you got a
okay.
Just to
marker
mark
for?
mark that you have one hand being used right now, and it's not a
Right.
missile weapon.
So if I do two, okay, I see. I can change one to two based on what I have. Okay.
Yeah, because I found having the shield marker. I mean, the tokens get filled up with markers pretty quickly, so I tried to
Yep.
cut back on some of them.
Yep.
No.
Fair enough. All right. So kind of moving forward 25
As
feet. Make.
you get to here, give me a stealth check.
Uh, uh,
Party or individual?
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yes.
Decent.
So you're moving pretty quietly. You think you hear movement from somewhere ahead.
All right. So I will actually continue to move up until the corner very silently and just take a peek.
What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 17.
So as you're moving towards the corner, something seems off about the northern wall here.
Oof. Okay. So I will return to the group and say, "Shh, stay here. Something's not right here." See invisibility. There's nothing invisible.
There's nothing invisible. Investigation might tell you more about the wall here.
Yeah, I'm going to take one action to kind of look.
Greg, go check the wall.
Give me one
You're our
moment.
wall checker. Oh, Cal did okay this time, actually. Never mind.
Oh, whoops. Give me one moment, actually. I just realized something. Don't have the thing I thought I did.
Cool.
To be vague as possible.
The thing does not exist and must be
There's a wall
created.
that looks
Not
like
in this game anyway. I thought I
Cool.
moved it over, but I'm not seeing it, so let me go grab it.
Okay. I'm also waiting for you to do that. I'm just going to get Sprig to investigate the wall as well, because why not?
Okay.
Because he's not going to do any better, but he could possibly beat an 18. And doesn't.
Pretty
Right.
close.
But he is still invisible.
Also, is that 21 with or without pass without a trace?
21 is without. 31 with a pass without trace. Yeah, yeah.
I guess you are
stealthy.
staying within 30 feet of him, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of saying actually 25 feet ahead from the group, no more. Just
Does Sprig need to roll stealth going a little forward to check the wall out as well?
It says it's here. Am I missing it? Where is it? Yeah, if he's up there, well, it looks like he's on the map now. Okay. So
Not great. 24.
what did you roll? 21 or investigate 18? So it looks like this looks like there is a panel here which opens up, and there is some sort of what looks like a button that is currently pressed in. It might be a panel or a button, but it looks like it's currently activated, whatever it is.
So I'm. Also, the button is activated, so it may be a trap.
Yeah, you would guess whatever it is turned on with your investigation check.
Okay. So, but I do see actually the mechanism to turn it off.
You would guess you press it in, and it will probably turn off. Like it'll like pop out if you press it in.
I'm going to try to do that.
Sprig will offer to do it for you.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Sprig.
There is a click as the button unpresses, and yeah, you think it is turned off, whatever it is.
All right. So I keep going to the corner here.
All right. So as you get to the corner, you would see a shadowy figure. Looks like he's leaning up against the wall, kind of looking in this direction, but also every now and then kind of glancing down in your direction. So far, he has not noticed you.
I'm returning to the group saying, hey, so there's a sentinel over there. Is it looking like a Shadowstalker?
Yeah, so you've seen these guys before.
Okay. Nothing invisible over otherwise?
Not that you can see, no.
Alright. So I'm kind of turning to the others. I can try to kind of jump him and get surprised, and then you guys can kind of turn the corner and help me. Is that
If you're gonna try and jump him, then maybe Sprig could also help.
okay? So we go stealthily up to him, and we try to surprise him. So as soon as you guys hear
you're invisible right now, right?
yeah.
All right, let me
So
mark you with invisibility, just so I don't forget.
I'm going back to the group to whisper to them, but we're not talking loud. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say, so you guys stay like 10, 15 feet from the corner to make sure he cannot hear you guys, or you're too far, and then Sprig and myself try to kind of jump him.
So You said you walked back to the group to talk to them?
Yeah, just to whisper to them.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have the telepathic link, do we?
No.
No.
I have
Okay.
to see you.
All
I have
right.
to see you, and after that, it vanishes.
All right. So,
So as you get back to the corner, and give me another stealth check. And actually, the party is getting kind of close. I need stealth checks from all of you.
You all have still pass without a trace from
Da,
Quentin.
da, 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 20. Miss break.
It's down
40 for Clermont.
21,
21. Thank God.
13.
Ooh, 13.
All right.
13.
So as you guys begin walking over, he sort of turns his head to the south and squints a little and says, "Jerk, is that you?" He kind of puts his hand on his bow.
So as he's doing that, I'm going to start walking toward him, getting my dagger out and being as stealthy as possible.
Okay, give me. What about the rest of the group? Are you going to stop or are you going to keep moving?
Ripple's gonna play rear guard. Sprig's gonna get within 40 feet.
And he wanted us to be like here, if I remember correctly, what Cal said, so probably just wait here. I'll probably let Tal be up front, and I'm like in front of Ripple, but still as far back as I can be.
So he has an arrow knocked now as he kind of holds his bow pointing down, but still kind of looking. It says, "Jerk." So Calgrod, you walk up to him. Give me a stealth check. You don't have. You don't have the. No, you don't have the plus 10.
I don't have the plus 10 here.
All right, but you are still unseen. All right, go ahead and pull yourselves on and give me initiative rolls as you go and stab at this guy. You would probably have to be behind the party token right now, because that's if you had gotten closer, he would have gotten a better stealth check. So anywhere behind the party token within the 15 feet should be good. Okay. And you're keeping the NPCs back, right?
NPCs are just behind me, yeah.
Alright.
And I'm invisible.
So initiatives. Is everyone on there?
I think is Quentin in there as well?
Yeah, I can't see anything. I do still have Kargrod's dark vision.
Oh, okay. Might not be transferring. So, okay. Well, I'll give you your 300 feet. Alright. So, Riven, you would probably be surprised, unless you're immune to surprise.
No, I'm not.
Calgrod.
Ripple, just a note, Ripple is staying within 6, that's why I'm staying within 25 feet, so I can stay within 60 feet of Ripple. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see if that works out with that distance here. Alright, so I'm going to attack with advantage here as I'm becoming visible.
Oh, yeah. So 26 certainly does catch him off guard as you suddenly stab him from the shadows.
Am going to use a favored foe on the hits.
Okay. He is surprised right now, if that gives you anything else. Probably not, though.
No,
9, 14, 16. All right, so he takes 16 points of damage.
So second attack does not have advantage.
Nope. So you wheel around, stabbing a second time. 16 would strike again.
Okay.
Doing another 13 points of piercing.
And as a bonus action, I am going to... I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike, which is going... no, I'm going to keep my favorite foe concentration right now.
Okay, so mark yourself as concentrating.
Yep.
And you can take invisibility off yourself.
Yep. All right.
All right, that's it for you.
Yeah, that's it for me. Yeah.
All right, Sprig is probably surprised. Well,
Yeah, he's going before Ripple, so he can't do anything anyway.
yeah, he's kind of keeping an eye on things.
If
Shadow
he can hold his
Archer.
action, that would be great, but if not, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Shadow Archer's definitely surprised. Ripple's surprised. Tal's surprised. New round, Riven. So you hear from up ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to. Fly up there. The other shot I do. No, I should be able to see him with Calgrod's 300 feet of dark vision thing, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
probably.
make sure you have it if it's not showing.
It's not a permanent thing, so probably disappears every time you drop a token on the map.
Here you go. And you should see him anyway. But yeah, there you go. That'll probably help.
Okay, so I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna mind sliver him.
Alright, so you chant casting Mind Sliver.
It's DC 19, not 18. It's not just to the.
She will indeed try to save. Unfortunately, that is a fail. She would take 14 psychic, which would wound her. She begins to bleed from her nose.
Right. Yeah, she has to subtract 1d4 from her next saving throw before
Alright,
the end of my. Oh, no.
just remind me if she has to make a saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, that would be brilliant to do next round.
Anything else?
Yeah. I'm gonna duck out of the way. Let me read this. Excuse me. Carry on.
Alright, Calgrod, you get to go again.
Yep. So going to slash again.
Or stab.
Stab or slash, trying to slit her throat with this one and favored foe again.
Alright, so 17 damage would put her near death.
Alright, trying to kill her.
She
Yes.
is unable to say anything yet. 24 strikes. 16. I assume you're going to try to kill her, right?
Oh yeah.
Get a slash across her throat as she grabs at her neck and falls over, bleeding out.
Nice.
As things go quiet, it sounds like something's going on nearby as you hear noises from the northeast of you. You don't know if they heard that, but no one else has come yet. What do you want to do?
So I'm going to stealthy to move across the body and just get to the corner over there, and then signal the others to kind of have the group follow.
Okay. Oh, you can all jump back off the map if you want, unless any of you are going to stay away from the party.
Sprig will stay within 20 feet of Cal, but I can't see where that is currently, but I'll stay with the party myself. And could I get a DM ruling on a thing about invisibility?
Yeah.
The spell specifies that the spell ends when that target attacks.
Yes.
So does that count as the attack action or physically making an attack?
I believe the attack action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't take the attack action, forego the attack, and still remain invisible. Thank you very much.
Yes, I believe. If you mean for stuff like aiding in battle.
I mean for stuff where it's commanding Sprig to attack with my action rather than bonus action.
Oh, I mean, is commanding him to attack considered an attack action?
I take the attack action, forgo my attack to allow him to attack.
Oh, yeah, I believe so. Then it probably.
Yeah. Just wanted to double check. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think attack actions. But anyway, all right. So the group is going to stay, or are they going to come up?
Sprig's still sticking with Cal.
Okay.
Now I'm visible now, so you guys can see me. I'm not concentrating anymore, actually.
Can I rummage through the Shadowkai to see what I can find?
Yeah, sure. So she, at this point, is motionless. There's a bunch of blood on the floor. She has what looks like a longbow, 20 arrows. I believe she has studded leather. Yeah, a dark-looking studded leather armor, and looks like she has 30 pale gold coins on her.
30 gold I give to whoever's got the bag of holding.
Yeah, remember
then
it's not
the
normal
arrow.
gold, so you wouldn't want to put it with your gold pieces.
And then the arrows I'm going to telepathically say to Cal, Cal, can you why am I whispering? It's telepathic. Cal, can you use these?
So you're pointing at I'm coming back. You're showing what arrows?
The arrows.
Nope.
I
Cool.
can.
I'd lead. Cool.
I can
Take
use
them.
And I need a bow.
Alright, take the bow.
The longbow and 20 arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And whilst he's looting
So-
the body, I want to do something slightly weird. If that's
Calgrod, as you were going down this hallway here,
Yep.
you heard noises getting louder, as if there was torture going on somewhere nearby. You did see it turn north, right?
Yeah, I see the turn north and the door
Okay.
here, but I chose to ignore it. I was thinking that was probably where the noise was coming from, yes. So I'm going to check here. Oh, and I signal, I kind of take the attention of the group, wave, and signal a sign down showing that there is a stairs down going down here.
cool. Whilst he's doing that, Ripple is going to land in the pile of blood and then walk on the wall, just leaving footprints, and then go to the ceiling, flying upside down. And he's just basically going to make a circle of tiny little bloody footprints going around the building. And then he'll follow.
That's
Alright.
cool. So I'm coming back to the others. Do we want to free whoever is being tortured? We may
No.
gain some information.
No, they're screaming, they're being a distraction, they're noises. If you save them, they stop screaming, people find that weird.
I just got a new
That's it.
bow.
Okay. Tal?
I can't listen to this.
That's why I'm asking
Technically,
specifically.
everything I said was in his head. Technically.
Yeah,
everything
but
I
said
know
was
I
in his
can't
head.
listen to the screams. I think we
Oh,
should
okay.
save her.
You literally just see Riven roll his eye, just like, fuck's sake, really?
Alright, so Ripple, stay at the corner over there, watch the stairs.
Tal,
No, Sprig, sorry. I have Sprig
No.
watch the stairs. And I'm going to...
Sprig will come with. Sprig
Al,
is really
question.
good at dropping people if it works.
Tal, question. If we go and save the person who keeps screaming at intervals, when the person stops screaming, don't you think everybody's going to find it slightly odd?
Yeah, I know.
No, they'll think they
know.
died. Or they'll think an angry little fairy came and murdered them.
Yes, which we don't want them to think yet.
But it's part of my plan. Is it?
Yes,
I-
it might be part of your
Guys,
plan, but right now we are still on the same floor we landed on.
Get out of my head. I can't concentrate on staying stealthy.
Technically, I'm saying this all out loud. I'm whispering this out loud.
So the screaming has stopped for a moment.
Oh, thank God she's dead. Let's go.
but you still do hear voices coming from this area.
Right, so I'm going to stealthily approach here and try to listen to find out how many people there are, possibly.
Okay.
So at that point, I'm probably a little bit too far from the group. So it's just my stealth.
Don't know where Cal is, but Sprig would like to be like 10 feet behind him.
Yeah, I'm by the door, so Sprig can be right here.
So
I can't see through Sprig, so
yeah,
Okay.
you would hear voices coming from the room. What's your passive perception again?
17.
It sounds like someone is asking someone else about spy locations. You don't know
Okay.
much about what they're talking about, though.
Is there like a kind of is the person being tortured like still moaning or like making noise, or I don't hear any kind of pain noises?
You hear her breathing. She hasn't replied to them yet.
Alright, so I will wait for the group to come here, and I will open the door and try to kind of surprise everybody and jump on them.
Wait, why did we put a second aura on the party?
To see if he's in Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good call.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry, what are you doing, Calgrod?
I'm going to. So as soon as I see the group is arriving here, I'm going to kind of like literally push the door open, try to surprise them, and get another surprise if I can.
All right. Give me a stealth checks for the group because you are getting closer.
Number 24. And then 18. Doing okay.
28 and 34, yeah.
Wow! Look at you, Tal.
No, that's Quinton.
No,
Oh,
that's
Quentin.
Quentin.
That's Quentin.
I have an
Sorry.
18.
So
Aye.
19 is the low number,
18.
No, 18.
or 18.
Yeah.
So you as the party approaches, you get to. You said here is when you're doing it, Calgrod.
Yeah. Once they got here at the corner.
So as your party's approaching, there is a little bit of noise being made, not too much, but you would hear one of the people say, "I think someone's coming," and then they all kind of stop talking for a moment.
Yep, that's where I'm. No, I'm right now. I open the door and jump on them.
So you are pushing the door open.
But it's a full door, so you knock yourself out.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, it seems like the door is locked as you try to open it.
Okay, so I'm going to try to just.
The door suddenly opens as you're figuring out what to do. Give me initiative rolls.
Yeah. Sprig was kind of waiting for the door to open, but.
Yeah, go ahead and pull yourselves on.
I'm all the way back here.
Yeah, you can't ready things outside of initiative. That's kind of the point of initiative.
Yeah, no, I get it. Shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter.
Doing that 20s on initiative, and so have you. You rolled that 20 as well.
Why have you got?
Did I delete my token?
Oh, I might have deleted you by accident. Sorry, Tal.
Okay. Yeah, I need the dark vision again.
Mine and Tal's dark vision back on, please.
Where's Sprig? 14. Oh. You're gonna see a whole lot of nothing.
Be bad if Sprig went before you, though, because Sprig can't do fuck all.
Well, I can't do fuck all until after I've gone. No, Sprig being behind me is better, but I prefer a smaller gap.
All right, so the first act, as the door opens, is going to be Ripple. What do you want to do?
Ripple is going to spend his action drawing smiley faces on the wall out of blood.
Okay.
And then he's going to spend his bonus action saying, "Shoot him, Sprig!" And that's his turn.
All right. Riven.
Can I have my dark vision, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
that's
Talon want
gonna
it as well. Sorry.
Yeah, that will need to be in every time you drop on the map thing.
I know I can't edit it.
And
You can actually. If you open up your sheet, if you open up your sheet and press the edit button, you should see there's like your avatar picture, but there's also edit token properties. If you click that, you can go in and actually give yourself things like sight, dark vision 300. You just have to remember.
Not for us. We only get use selected token, so we can't apply the
that's what I get.
settings. If you apply the settings to his Riven token, he can select it and.
Are you sure?
overwrite
Someone
the
told me
token.
that there is the option to edit token properties now for players.
I don't get it. We can set
I've got
tokens, but we
edit
can't edit the
with-
properties.
Yeah. I can use selected token and that's it really. I can't. And
So
cool.
if Raven's already given Riven the vision, then you can just hit that use selected token, and then that will apply next time you drop it on. But we don't get to specifically add dark vision to our tokens because
Someone told me you
Money
could,
Haters.
unless
I believe I told you we could because
they
I
lied.
wrote something.
Well, in any case, you
that's
should all have your vision now. Ribbon, what do you want to do?
Right, okay. So I'm gonna have to fly. Sorry, excuse me, thank you. I only see one. So we are going to mind sliver the bastard.
Alright, so you've
Nice.
moved 25 feet past everyone.
Although I wouldn't want to be 25, so I'd just be like hovering over Towel and flying. But I don't want to be that far because I want to duck back behind everything.
Okay, so you're flying. So you fly up 10 feet, then over 5, 10, so 20 feet of movement. Okay. Go ahead and mark that you're 10 feet up.
Yeah.
And you attack him with a psychic attack. Alright, and save. 15 would fail, so this guy takes 10 psychic damage.
Yeah,
and he yells, "We're under attack!" using his speech for the round.
Then I'm going to fly. That's as far as I can fly out the way, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be 30 feet, I believe. Or wait, 10, 15, 20. No, it's 25 feet because they're not difficult terrain if you're over them. Okay.
No, cool. Fly there. Yeah, and there you go.
Calgrod.
So can I get past this guy, or is he blocking the? Can I go diagonal or not?
You would have to use an overrun or a tumble. You can't take. You can't take corners hard diagonally.
So I will move here. So this one, so this one is restrained. And what does this one look like?
Oh, I can show you what they all look like. Hang on.
Oh, okay. So that's the one with the chain.
Yeah. And the other one. Looks like some sort of magic user.
Some sort of magic. So yes, I'm going to try to use my bonus action to tumble through and get here.
All right, give me a acrobatics, and he has to contest you. All right, so you do indeed manage to slip past him. So that's 10 feet of movement to enter his square. So 5, 15, and then 20 to get you here.
At that point, I'm going to take my dagger and attack this guy here.
He's like, what? Alright, so you stab at the Void Master.
Yep. Void Master strike.
17 would be enough. Luckily, he doesn't seem to have shield.
Aye, favored foe, and
So 9, 12, 13 damage. Okay.
and swinging again. Oh, that's not great.
No, you would bounce off some sort of force shielding armor he has.
Okay. Aye, that's it.
All right. This guy is going to use his speak to yell, hold the hallway. As he is going to blank. So he moves here, and he is going to start multi-attacking. Whoopsh. Nope, 11 would miss with his first swing. Whoopsh. 11 would miss with the second. Whoopsh. Ooh, 27 is probably going to hit you, though.
Doing the hits.
Alright, so he does 15 piercing, and I need a dex save.
Save, okay. So dex save is right here.
Alright, so you make it, and he does not affect you with anything from the chain. As he tries to wrap you up in it, you slip out of it. That is it for his turn.
So he hit me for 13, right?
15.
No, 15.
Yeah.
15. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so the Void Master sees someone in the hallway. He's going to step up here, kind of circling to get a better look. And he is...
Oh, yeah, yes. No, sorry. Go ahead.
He is going to... Does he want to cast that? Let me make sure I know what... Just make sure I know what the spell does. No, he's not going to cast that. He is going to step back here and attack Calgrod as he starts summoning bunches of necrotic energy, blasting them at you. And
Whoa.
I think he gets one more. Yeah. Oh, 23?
Is that like a melee attack?
Yeah, that is a melee attack. He can use this as a melee or a ranged attack.
So can I use my defensive duelist on that? Let's see. So if it's considered a melee attack, I guess I can use my reaction to hide my +5 to my AC.
Okay. So you spend your reaction knocking his hand away as he's about to hit you with a bunch of necrotic energy. Because I think that makes your AC plus
24.
5, you said? 24? Yeah, so
Yeah.
that would miss. Alright, Quentin.
Yep. So reaction.
He's gonna step up.
That's 15 feet.
That's 15 feet. Okay. So let me check the range on this real quick. Can he see the Void Master from here?
Yes, the Void Master would have light cover.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Firebolt on him.
Alright. Firebolt. Oh no, 14 is going to miss on the first shot.
Let me check the range. Okay, and then he's gonna cast a spiritual weapon next to the Void Master and slap him with that.
Alright, go ahead and pull the spiritual weapon on and mark him with the spiritual... Oh, wait. Let me make sure. Do we have spiritual weapon in here? I don't think, so let me add it.
Oh, so okay.
Because I have a token for spiritual weapon, it's just not in my favorites.
It's spiritual weapon.
Alright, you should... Well, here, I'll mark him for this time. Alright, so he has spiritual weapon. So he strikes... Or... You strike him?
With a 19.
I just missed that. Yeah, 19 would hit, so go ahead and give me a damage roll. 6 force, alright.
Okay.
Alright,
And
anything
then
else?
He's gonna step back again.
Alright, so... Yeah, 30. Alright, the dancer is gonna go.
Go.
5... 15. He realizes he can't get down there, so he's just gonna attack Calgrod. This is for Tal. Okay, so Calgrod, he's gonna send the spike chain at you. Misses with the first as you dodge to the side. 16 misses with the second. 20. So he clips you as he's spinning the chain around. Doing 10 piercing, and I need another dex save. Okay, so you take 10, but you make your dex save and are unaffected by the secondary effect. Alright, Sprig, you told him to attack, right?
Yeah, so first of all, is there a light source in that room? I.e.,
There is, yeah.
does he have a... Okay, so doesn't lose his advantage. Secondly, I can't see through his eyes, so I'm going to assume that there is a person closest to him that is probably easier to hit. They don't have cover.
Yes.
Cool. Short bow to the face, dropping
Alright.
invisibility, doing so.
Alright, so he appears as he fires. Pew!
That is
yeah.
incorrect. That should be a 30.
Well, 28
so-
will strike, or 30, doing 1 piercing.
It won't let me... That did only add, like, 10. Yeah, why did it only add 10? I'll fix that. He's also flying, like, 10 feet.
19 con save. Okay.
Unless you're immune to the poison.
They are not immune to the poison. However, as an elf, I believe they're immune to sleep effects.
Possibly.
Yeah, it can't be put to... Well, it says in magic, can't put it to sleep. This is a poison, though.
Yeah, we ruled it was a poison previously, so your decision.
Alright, let me make the save. Con save.
Yeah, 19 or poisoned, 14 or sleep. So,
Alright, so he is
possibly unconscious from the poison.
poisoned. Because it has to be below 5.
No,
Oh, wait.
the result is 5.
14 or
Right.
lower.
It's meant to be 5 lower than the thing.
Alright, so yeah, since it's not magic, I'll say he falls asleep.
Cool. So he's KO'd for a minute. Then Sprig is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 foot. No, he can't do that because they're flying at the same altitude. So he's going to stay there, and that's his turn. Did you get one, buddy? And he'll be like, yep. And that's both of us speaking.
Okay.
He'll drop him a bit.
So yeah, you saw that guy fall down. Sorry, just give me 1 minute to check something.
Whilst I'm doing this, I should probably also post this because we haven't used it this much.
Okay. So Tal.
I'm gonna move up here. That's 30 feet. I see 3 people. I'm gonna cast a hold person at 3rd level on the 2 not unconscious guys.
Okay.
Is it here? Cast at 3rd level. As a bonus action.
All right. So that's a wisdom save. First guy. I think fails, right?
Yeah, 19 is the DC.
The Void Master. Oh, he would fail as well. So yeah, they are both held, at least for now.
Nice.
Okay, and then I'm gonna green flame mace then held guy in front of me. Like the one diagonally below me.
Mark yourself as concentrating.
Yeah.
Actually, I should have a marking for hold person, so I'll just put a timer on you for now. Alright, so you and this is on the unconscious guy? Or who is this on?
No, the held guy, the paralyzed one.
Okay,
So,
that would hit 16.
And I missed the divine strike, so I just roll the damage again to make this. And then one more D8.
Wait, what are you doing?
Because it's a crit.
Oh, well,
right?
no, you just roll the dice because you don't get all the bonuses again. So you would roll an extra d6 and an extra 2d8.
Or we subtract the bonus, right?
I
mean, whatever. I can
so
roll
you
the
did 9 and 7 fire, and then you would do an extra d6 and 2d8.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, there's a lot of numbers you put on the screen. I'm not sure what they all mean.
Okay.
What's the 5 psychic? Divine strike.
Divine strike. Yeah. So.
Oh, wait.
Okay. Shall I roll again, or shall I tell you what the numbers mean?
Okay.
So if we discard the second roll, it's the 9 plus the 7 plus all the numbers
5. Or wait. So 9, 7, and 5 for your original damage, which would be 21.
Okay.
And then for your crit damage, you do
16.
Another 6. It's 27, 37, and 8 is 45. Okay.
Yeah, and I forgo the secondary damage to not wake him up.
Or wait, you, yeah. Well, no, you hit the guy who's paralyzed, right?
Yeah, but Green Flame Blade could hit a second.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so he is badly wounded from that attack. As you slam him with your mace while he cannot defend himself. That's it for you?
Yeah.
Alright, that guy is sleeping. This guy's turn comes and goes, and he gets another wisdom save. He would fail. This one is paralyzed. His turn comes and goes. He gets another save. Wisdom. He breaks it, so he's no longer paralyzed. He is going to yell, "We need help here!" But that is it for him. New round, Ripple.
Okay. Ripple is going to continue drawing his smiley faces and weird stuff all over the wall. He's probably run out of blood at this point, so he's got nothing left to do it. But he's getting super excited because he's just like, do I get to keep the pet? He's sleeping. I get to keep the pet, right? And then he's going to command Sprig to try and get another pet.
Alright, Riven.
Right, I'm guessing Sprig makes this difficult, so that's 10, 15, and then make the.
Sprig is tiny if that makes a difference, Raven. Don't think it does, but.
I think you still need to slow down to go around him because you don't want to like just knock him out of the air as you try to fly past quickly.
That was my
I don't know,
assumption.
Fuck
If
you,
it does
Sprig!
damage,
Just
no.
slap him out of the way.
If it does damage
Oh.
to Sprig, no, I wouldn't. If it doesn't, I'd probably just barge past. But,
Yeah, I think it would slow you down just by the rules.
10,
That's- yeah,
15,
cool.
20. I'm really not. This is the one who's. That's the one who's asleep, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I can't see. Bruh.
You
Yeah.
can see this one. He has heavy cover, but he is paralyzed.
That's cool. So if I can't see him, I'll just mind sliver him.
The paralyzed one?
Yeah.
Alright, so he makes an int save. Fails and takes 6 psychic damage.
Yeah, and on his next first save, he has to minus a d4.
Okay.
I'll try and remember.
Calgrod.
Alright, so this guy is not. He has not done anything this turn. I'm going to try to tumble through him.
Which guy?
Over there. So this guy here. I'm going to try to tumble here.
Oh, alright. You can, well, if you, yeah, okay, if you want to specifically get to that space, sure.
Yep,
Give me a acrobatics. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Good roll
He
by.
was good.
Yeah,
Alright.
so the wizard kind of just is like, no, and pushes you back as you try to
Blocks
get past.
blocks me.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's getting the dagger attack then.
Oh, should have let you go through.
Ooh,
Yeah, 30 is
a
going to
crit.
hit.
That is a crit.
Yep.
So how do I roll the crits actually?
There's probably a way to do it in roll 20. I just usually have people roll the extra dice manually.
Okay.
If you click-
So roll the initial damage, which should be 10 for...
And 6 for February, 4. So I need 1d4, and then I need 2d6 and 1d4. Okay.
Yes. 2d6, 1d4 extra. Because for the favored foe, psychic, and yeah, the blade itself. So 4, 7, 10, 24, 30 damage. Oh, as you stab the guy, wounding him. Second attack.
Second attack, yep, is following up right away. I used my bonus action already. 13 is probably a miss.
Once again, you bounce off his force armor.
Yep, that's it.
Alright, the paralyzed guy is going to make a save. The end of his turn with minus a d4. Which I think fails regardless. So he is still paralyzed. The Voidmaster goes.
How did he go twice?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why did he go at 5? It went at 5 and at 20. Because he actually saved. I was kind of surprised that he did. He saved before I attacked.
Huh.
So it seems.
Yeah,
seems to
why
be-
is there 2 Voidmasters on there?
So
He uber powerful and gets 2 turns. Not fucking that.
No, he's not supposed to be. That's weird. Alright, I'll say, yeah, that must be a mistake then. I'll cut off this one. Quentin.
Yeah, step out again. Firebolt the Voidmaster and attack it with a spiritual weapon. 1 second.
Okay.
By the way, The Shadowstalkers, there is one extra Shadowstalker too, so I'm not sure which is which. You have a Shadowstalker at 17 and 14.
Everybody loves roll 20.
Alright, well, I deleted one of those. I don't know what's going on. That's weird.
Well, there is 2 of them, isn't there? So. Three on the turn order. Yeah. Fun.
Alright, I'll get rid of this one as well. Alright, so Quentin's gonna spiritual weapon, you said, against who?
Yeah. Against the Voidmaster.
Alright, so 22 would strike, doing 11 force damage. And he throws a firebolt.
Yep.
So the firebolt, luckily, even with all the cover, that would hit, doing another 16 fire. Okay, anything
Nice.
else?
Nope.
Alright, Sprig.
Okay, so Sprig's going to move closer. I know Riven is somewhere in front of me, so I'm just going to take 5 feet off. So 10. No, I need to select it so I can move it. 10, 15,
You're on
20, 25, 30. Anyone currently conscious and not asleep or paralyzed?
The Void Master, you could take a shot at him.
Roll. Probably a straight roll, correct? I can't see any reason why it's not.
There'd be heavy cover, but other than that,
Heavy cover. That's
so he has
fine,
plus
don't
4 to
mind
his
that.
AC from back here.
Cool. So Sprig takes the shot. It was still on GM rolling from when I did it, but that's a 14 for a 26.
Yeah, that would strike.
Cool. Con save, so 1 point of damage, and 19 poison, 14 sleep.
Con save, alright. Nope, he would fall unconscious.
Sprig will start dancing around in a circle, going, we got 2 pets, we got 2 pets, we got 2 pets.
Alright,
And that's the turn.
Tal.
Yeah, there's nothing much to do. Everyone is sleeping, so I'm gonna hit the paralyzed guy again.
Yes, 25 will strike, and that actually brings him down. Oh. Anything else?
I'm gonna move in here, and no, nothing else.
As a point, we do have 60 seconds because there is no saves for waking up.
The Shadowstalker Dancer is sleeping for a round. The Void Master sleeping for a round. Ripple.
Can you type the pets, please? I don't have any rope. Type my pets. I'll feed them, honest.
We
Bonus
can't-
action.
Alright,
We can't
Riven.
bring them with us. We should kill them.
Right. 5, 10, 15, 30.
There was a bonus action. Tell Sprig to shoot if any of them wake up in there.
I can't see any of them awake, can I?
You see one guy on the floor here.
But he's asleep.
You probably
Right.
see this guy is also on the floor sleeping.
Yeah, and I can't see the one who's awake, and I can't get through Ripple to see. I can't get through Sprig to see.
You've got enough
Alright,
movement
cool.
to, don't you?
No, because I had to. No, I will end on Sprig.
You can dash to get over there.
How close were you? 5, 10.
Let him figure it out. You don't have to figure it out for
But
him.
it's 5, 10, 15, and then he's 10, so, you know.
Alright, so anything else for you?
I'm just gonna hold a Mind Sliver for if anyone comes or anyone wakes up, I suppose.
Alright, so you ready a spell concentrating on the Mind Sliver. Calgrod.
Body frees the prisoner, look at his state, and offer him a short sword, kind of looking at what he's going to do with it.
You gonna untie her?
Yes. Oh, she's yeah. I'm going to untie her. And I'm going to give her the adamantine short sword on my waist and kind of make her decide what she does with it.
Alright, she is immediately going to stab this guy with the short sword. So, if you untie her, I'll give her an initiative here. She grabs the short sword. And I'll put her on the battlefield now. Anything else, Calgrod? You still have, yeah, that was your action to untie her, and you used your other
that was
action
my
to give her the
action.
sword.
Yep, so I'm done.
Alright, that guy is dead, so I'll remove him. Quentin.
He's gonna hold a firebolt for when someone wakes up.
Alright, Sprig is gonna ready to shoot someone if they wake up. Tal.
I thought I heard you say that she attacked someone.
No, it wasn't her turn yet.
Okay, yeah, shoot and no, he's gonna shoot at the unconscious guy on the floor, right in front of him.
Oh, is he gonna shoot?
Yeah, he's just gonna shoot straight up.
Alright, go ahead and take a shot.
Disadvantage for them being prone. 17.
Yeah, 17 will hit, doing 1 point, which
And
will
they need to
wake
make a-
him, but then he has to make a save.
At disadvantage because he's poisoned.
Con save. Okay. Alright, yeah, so he is unconscious again.
He'll complain about not getting pets, but that's his turn.
Alright, so he's sleeping. The woman going to step here and stab this guy. Striking him. Short sword. Uh, 28 points of damage, which will kill him. Oh. She's then gonna walk over here, take a second attack on this guy. Or wait, did someone ready actions?
Yeah, in
I
case
ready
someone
someone
wakes
if
up.
wakes up. Yeah, me and Quentin did.
Okay.
Yeah, me as
Quentin
well.
and
I'll say he didn't wake up because she murdered him with the first hit.
Quentin and Riven.
She then walks over for her second attack on this guy. That would strike. I'm just gonna roll a bunch of dice off the bat.
Gotcha.
It's like bastards. And she just starts stabbing them.
I say we kill her.
Is she a Shalakai?
She is Shatterkai. So she would auto crit 17, 20.
That should be a pet.
No, we kill her.
Just
She's a
one
stupid
thing.
woman. She's a stupid woman who's took a stupid risk killing people.
So
that were
he
asleep.
awakens, wounded from that attack. So I guess you would have reactions, those who readied them.
Cool. Me and Quentin.
Yeah.
Alright, Tal smacks him as he wakes up, doing 19 hits for 17 fire. And wait, why is there another 2d4 fire?
The one is from Quentin and the other one is from Tal.
Oh!
Because both of them readied an action.
Oh, I see. You rolled for your guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Fireball.
17 fire, blasting him. Oh, wait, he's prone. Oh,
Disadvantage on the attack.
yeah,
Or
14
range.
14 would have missed. Or wait, no.
wait.
Fortune melee.
Green Flame Mace.
Oh, all right. Sorry, there was like a bunch of rolls at the same time.
Yeah.
All
All three
right.
of us went at once.
So, 19, 24, 28 damage on him. As you guys are blasting and hitting him. Then the int save
At disadvantage.
would fail, so he takes another 10, which would kill him. She is breathing hard. She looks at Calgrod and says, "Thank you." She looks pretty beat up. Looks like she's been
Do you want to be
through
our
it.
pet?
No, leave her to die. Let's go. We got to move.
She can be our pet.
I'm holding my hand so that she can give me back my short sword.
She says, she wipes
No.
off the blade and hands it to you. She says, "The name's Frost. Nyara Frost."
Name's Calvert.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Nyara.
See, she's cool. She's got a cool name. She can be our pet.
She's like,
No,
"Mm."
she's
I don't know if
stupid. She
you
did a
have time for
stupid thing.
niceties.
She
Do you
says,
know a way out of here?
Okay, so Riven, are you calling her stupid out loud? Or is this in, like, your heads?
I'm saying it in Sylvan.
She gives you a very dirty look as she narrows her eyes. What else did people say to her? She does look like she's some kind of Shatterkai.
Say
Nyara.
she can be our pet if she wants to be, and we'll have lots of fun, and we'll get lots of food and snacks, and it'll be great.
She says, "I will pop your head off, Faye, if you try to enslave me."
Not enslave, become pets. Because it's fun.
She looks to Calgrod. She says, "Are these fairies friends of yours?"
Yes, they are. He's kind of sighing a bit and saying, "Ignore their blabbers. They like to make fun of everything."
Fey creatures.
So,
In any case,
Shadow Hell Elf.
why are you being tortured by your kindred?
these are no kindred of mine. I was captured. My unit was taken as we were observing the fortress. Everyone was killed, but they kept me alive to question. She says, "What are
From
you
the
all
Midnight
doing
Fire?
here?"
Are you from the Midnight Fire?
She eyes you curiously. She says, "No. Do you expect the Midnight Pyre to be in this area?"
Well, certainly to fight these guys for sure. They are servants of the Shadow Lords.
She says, "Yes, the cultists are known to me." Give me a... Cal, did you say anything to her?
Yeah, I told her we don't have time for niceties, and if she knows a way out.
So one of... I'll take up to 2 persuasion checks from those who've been speaking to her.
Can I roll one at disadvantage to make her my pet?
Probably not.
That's fair.
So she looks at you, Tal, looks at Calgrod, and says, "If we can get to the first floor, there might be a way of sneaking out. I know that this area has some sort of dimensional blocking on it. People are unable to use teleportations or other types of transportation magics. Maybe the floor below will allow us to do so."
Oh, I completely forgot Ripple's still invisible. Yeah, we kind of learned that you can't do teleporty stuff, because I tried to do teleporty stuff and it didn't work. And hi, I'm an invisible fairy, by the way. Should we go?
Yep, let's go.
She says,
So we go down the stairs.
I don't...
Nyara?
She nods. She says, "I don't suppose you have an extra blade."
Can
You would guess, you would guess by the way she was fighting, she might be some sort of warrior or fighter.
Can you use these chains? I'm pointing at the 2 chains down on the ground.
She shakes her head. She says, "No, I'm not trained in blade dancer weaponry."
What did Void Volker add on himself?
The Void Master, he just had his implement. He was casting and channeling magic through.
Okay. Well, I hand her my my adamantine blade.
All right. You hand her which one?
My blade, my short sword again.
And she thanks
I
you.
can keep that for now. I'm going to pat the void guy before we leave.
So searching these guys, the two Shatterkai have their chains, their normal fighting chains. They have, I think, studded leather. Let's see, yeah, studded leather. And you would also note they have a total of 60 pale coin among them, pale gold. So like pale GP. Other than that, they don't have much. The Void Master would have his implement, and he would have a scroll on him, which looks like it is a scroll of Bestow Curse, 3rd level spell, as well as
Can I bestow curse?
80 gold pieces of arcane components.
Can anyone else use bestow curse?
Sounds like you were the only one. But yeah, is anyone taking the scroll or the components?
The others, whoever wants to take it, I guess can shoot.
I'll take the bestow curse spell.
Okay, so
Oh.
add that to your inventory. And what about the 80 gold worth of components?
Party treasury.
The treasury. Okay.
Okay.
Love it. So it's going in your bag of holding. It's going in your bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
All right. So 80. It's arcane component, you said.
Yeah. 80 GP worth of arcane components.
Okay.
So she would see Orcard and the others and say, are you friends of Orcard?
We are
You
actually.
can't see Orcard because Orcard's invisible.
That's true.
Oh, are they invisible? All right, never mind. She doesn't see them then. All right, so she wouldn't say anything.
Can we take 5 minutes?
Yeah, actually, I was about to say, why don't we do a 10-minute break? Because I just got a call and I want to call them back.
Okay.
Yeah. Sprig, fine. Okay, just drop a bunch of shit off my desk. But Sprig finally did what Sprig was designed to do. Just drop people. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Wicked. Trying to maintain the invisibility. He didn't quite rapid fire as much as he could.
Yeah. That's
But,
cool.
but the combination of the short bow and the investment that lets him use my spell save DC instead is just so fucking great.
No, it is.
Well, it's not funny because they could be pets, and then we could build them a house, and they'd live in the house, and then we'd feed them, and then they would play with us whenever they wanted to.
Or, better idea, we open up a portal to the 9 hells, throw them through, and close the portal and let them die. That's funny too.
No, it's not.
Trust me, it is funny.
Well, we got to test if she's like a Shadowkai that's stinky or a nice one. So just ask her if she's allowed to do something, and then if she says yes, then we know she's not a stinky Shadowkai because she doesn't have to go and ask her manager.
No, they're all boring and stinky and annoying, and we should kill them. She's a stupid one because they were asleep and she woke them up.
But she killed them.
I don't care. Someone who can't control themselves isn't worth it. Leave her here
Well,
to
we
die.
couldn't take them with us. We couldn't take them with us. We had to kill them. That's what you guys said. You said I couldn't have a Shadowkai as a pet. So there we go. Now we got a Shadowkai friend who doesn't want to be a pet because they're boring.
I still say we leave her here to die.
I say we leave you here to die.
Alright, toodles.
Big meanie head.
Alright, bye then. Reverend fucks off to the window, shrinks himself and flies fucking through it, and just like, bye!
That's fine. You can't get back to the fucking material plane. Hey, my problem, you call your character.
I don't. I fly off back to the city.
Yeah. Good luck getting past the shadow guy.
I have dimension door. It will work.
You say you got banishment?
No, I've got dimension door. I can dimension door myself 500 feet the fuck away from him.
Yeah, he's quicker than you. Don't worry about it.
I have plenty of
Tough
the
luck on the
dimension door.
interview, though.
Hmm?
Tough luck on the interview, mate.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, I've actually looked like on the website for the thing, and I found another one which is treasury admin. So I'm going to try that one. But I'm having the phone call
Just as
from
a
them.
point, you might actually want to check what your manager's saying about it, because if they sort of know that you're going for secondments, but they're the ones who are saying that they didn't have the capacity to lose you, then you'd be wasting your time. Back in a
No, I
sec.
know, but the other one's not a secondment. The other one wouldn't be. It would just be a straight up transfer. And the worst case scenario is if he says no, I just quit my one and then I reapply for that one within a month, and I'm good. Everything carries over. But no, I'm gonna have a phone call with the people who did my interview on.
No, just as a point, you legally work in the UK. They are not allowed to not provide you a position due to the fact that your position requires you. There is equal opportunity laws that mean you need to be given the same consideration as any external person. So the fact that you work for the company cannot be taken into consideration if it's a
No.
full job position, not a secondment.
No. So what I'm saying is like, if I was guessing the role, and like it was like they said yes, and then my place said no, we can't lose you, I could just quit my place once I've already had them tell me yes.
No, you can't. They
What?
can't tell you to not take it.
Oh,
That is a
okay.
breach of equal opportunity laws. Like,
Oh, okay, I get
they're
what you
not
mean then.
allowed to do that. If you get a position elsewhere in the company, they have to let you go to it.
Okay.
You would have to work your notice period.
Yeah, which I'm not sure how much that is.
Normally a month, depending on what contract you're on. You might be on a week, might be on a month. You might be like me and be on 6 months. It depends. How easy is it to fill your position?
I'm a barman.
You're probably on a night's
Easy.
notice then.
Like, for all the things they turn around and get me to do, my job title is front of house. It technically is just front of house stuff. So yeah.
I'm just going to tell you this now. Just going to tell you
Mm.
this now. Do not do another fucking job interview if you don't know your notice period.
But I
Because
don't
if
know
they
how to
turn
find
around,
out.
it's in your contract.
I
It's in
don't
your
have.
employment contract.
I don't know where that is.
HR will provide it for you.
Okay. No, but I wonder because of the.
I like
Go
working
on.
for a recruitment company. I know a lot of employment laws that are irrelevant to my position.
No, I just wondered because of the fact that like it was what it was about the transfer period of because it was a transfer. Do I have to give more time or less time because of it being a transfer?
It's not a transfer. If it's a
No, the other
full-time
one.
position, yeah, the
Mm.
secondment isn't a position. You could like a secondment doesn't class as a job. You get assigned to a role. So you are still technically under your existing contract, just doing other work at potentially a different rate. It's just like technically the company could make you employed for someone else. There is technically a way to do that and stuff like that. But like modifying your employment contract is impossible without your consent or knowledge. You would enter into a new contract if you started at the new place. They have to treat you identically to an external worker. Which means, because this is a full-time position, you will be asked the question, when can you start? If you don't know that,
Mm.
so when I go for a job interview, when they ask when can you start, I have to say in 6 months.
I'll have to talk to. Yeah, I'll have to find out now.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Get feedback. Evaluate the feedback. Apply for the position.
Yeah.
As everyone else here is just listening to your employment woes
My work drama.
and my knowledge of UK employment laws.
Mm.
You've got to know how to manage UK employment laws, or you get accused of slavery. Again.
Yeah. Again.
At least twice a year.
Well, in fairness, in this session, we're doing better than I thought we would. I thought we'd be dead by now.
No, I didn't.
No, I know you didn't.
Yeah. And if you guys do get in a fight that I think you might actually need some help with, I will help you with it. I'm not going to stay at the back invisible
No,
all
I
the
know.
time, but
No, we
I'm
did.
the empty.
Yeah, we did literally try to say like you do not get involved in a fight unless you have to.
Yeah. Just reiterating that point because drawing pretty smiley faces on walls and blood is fun, but
Yeah, no, like yeah, we did try. Like, well, I don't know if we did. I did. I don't know if anyone disagreed. I was like, yeah, no, you're the exit strategy. You can't go down.
I'm still doing my plan whilst you guys are doing your plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have the warding bond until for another probably like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah. I had a new boiler fitted earlier, and I put the heating on for an hour, and oh my fucking god, how quickly this house warmed up compared to last time. So much more fucking efficient. How is Carl doing?
What? Did you talk to me?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, I said Carl, but I'll also say Tal. Just checking how you doing. We've just sort of been here talking.
Decentish.
Decent-ish.
Yeah,
Did you?
my work changed the working hours, so I have to get up 1 hour earlier, and I've been super tired since.
Oh, well, I decided to have a nap before work because I work flexible hours, so I'm allowed to do that normally. And then I get a security alert whilst I'm sleeping that I have to deal with in like half an hour that I didn't see until I woke up. So that was fun. And then, yeah, I slept through a meeting with the CTO of the company.
Uh-oh.
So my day went super well. I also failed a security test today. So I've got to do security training. IT security training is an infrastructure and security engineer.
Oh, okay.
That's a very bad sign normally. I've had a brilliant fucking day that's been all over the place.
All right, I return.
Well, hey.
So, yeah.
Before we leave with these dead bodies, can I just take like a bunch of blood? So I can keep drawing pretty faces and stuff and just generally fucking around.
Where are you putting the blood?
Don't know. Don't. As soon as I asked if I could have blood, I realised I didn't have anything to contain it in. No, I literally have nothing to contain it in. Is there any buckets in here?
No, there's some torture implements, and there are 2 empty vials.
Cool. 2 vials of blood should be enough to paint, right?
So as you start taking blood, the elf woman says, "What are you doing?"
I'm invisible. You can't see this. It's fine. But I'm taking some blood.
She says, "What are you doing with their blood? Are you
I'm
some
painting pretty
sort of?"
pictures on the. I'm painting pretty pictures on the wall so that if anyone comes behind us, they'll look at the pictures on the wall drawn in blood of their dead friends, and they'll be all like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then if they do catch us, I can all be like, "You're all gonna die, and your blood will bathe the walls," and scare them off.
That is stupid. And she just walks away.
I want to check your HP.
Sure.
Do you need a healing potion?
She does look wounded.
Do you want a healing potion?
She says, "I'll be all right for now."
We
Just
have a.
give me something more exact.
Huh?
With medicine, do I get per HP total?
I thought I gave it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
at under half health, just a little.
So I'm gonna nod to Quentin, and he's gonna cast Life Transference on her. Once I get his stat sheet again.
Nice.
She says, "There's quite a few soldiers in the level below. Perhaps you should leave your prisoners up here with me, and we can let you go on ahead, kind of clear the path a little. Maybe see if you can figure out a way for us all to get out of here."
So
We
do you
don't
know
have
any
any prisoners.
any
Sorry.
basement?
I have to roll.
She says, "I don't know much about this place. They brought me through here. I know there are 3 levels and quite a few cultists."
Are you working for the Church of the Raven Queen?
She's. You healed her for 16?
No, for 32.
Oh. Does that damage you?
That damages Quentin because he cast it.
Oh, I see. So 32. Okay. She says, "I am a mercenary. I was hired by a private party. I don't really want to discuss who I'm working for, if that's okay."
Well, so can you tell us what they were trying to get from you? At least, even if you don't tell us, why was it torturing you?
She says, "I have information on, first of all, who my employer is, and second of all, some of his assets who might be hidden among their numbers in the southern parts of the Shadowfell, where another one of their bases is." They were trying to get that information from me.
There are bases you're talking about the Children of the Night.
Yes, or the Children
So
of
they have
Shadow.
the Children of Shadow. So they have more than one of those fortress here.
He says, "Well, the fortress is probably one of the larger areas they hold, but they have quite a few cells throughout the Shadowfell. This is not their only grouping.
So,
I believe they were doing something in New Havisgard recently, and they might have some people there as well."
There was some kidnapping in the New Havisgard from what we heard.
Still, how long ago did this happen?
Only like 2 or 3 days ago, not very long ago.
I know last time I was there, I heard something of kidnappings. Do you have any idea why they were kidnapping people?
Well, let's share information when you're willing to give us. We have information on that, but we can we can get out of here and then discuss if we have any kind of common points. We clearly have a common point of being enemies of the Children of the Shadows, but beyond that, we probably need to be more like Tal was pointing out. Let's go outside. We know enough that we think we can trust you with that blade. Don't disappoint us.
Says you can trust me. My main goal here is to get out. It might be, or go ahead.
No, my point is completely different to all the things. So you guys can talk about what you're talking about, and then I have some questions. But my questions are nice questions.
She says, I'm not the most quiet person. I don't know if you want me to stay behind and maybe watch your back or
In
stay up here. But
Yeah,
in
but
Tal in Tal
as
and Calgraw's head, Riven's gonna say like, maybe her and Quinton should stay back with with your three friends who are still invisible by Ripple,
yeah,
and
Yeah, you
we
can
go
stay with
down
us.
and what?
and clear. We'll go down and clear out some, and then every time we clear a space, they can come down following after us because
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah.
So that they
You can
stay
stay with us.
they stay farther away from us.
Yeah.
Is that for your
Yeah.
point, Riven?
Yes. Also, she doesn't know about our three friends, so even if she does decide to turn on us, at least we've got the surprise for her that might be able to bludgeon the cow to death.
Well, she's probably going to hear them when we start moving, but yeah.
Okay.
yeah, they're not the most stealthy. All right.
So,
Okay.
Mira, I've got a question for you, and it's kind of important, but kind of nice. But we've got an escape plan. I'm the escape plan. So, do you wanna escape with us? But if we do escape with us, then you will have to come to the material plane because I can't jump from here to a place where you want to go. So you can come with us, and then like tomorrow, I can just push you to where you need to be, like anywhere in the Shadowfell.
She says, what? Gaian?
Yeah, to Gaian.
There are other places I'd rather be, but if you're coming back here, that's fine. I can take a detour.
I'm probably not coming back here, but I can.
Well,
I
to the
don't have to come back
Shadowfell,
here.
she says, not to this place.
I'm not coming back to the Shadowfell yet because we've got some things to do. We need to go and find these other guys that apparently can be friends, and then we're gonna maybe do some other stuff because side quests are important, apparently.
Apparently.
But I can push you to the Shadowfell without going, so I can put you anywhere in the Shadowfell that you want to be, but you've got to be my friend.
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
29.
So she is kind of, well, you're invisible, so she's kind of looking towards you, pondering for a moment when her face turns kind of neutral to a smile, and she says, of course I can be your friend, little one.
The minute she smiles, Riven pulls back in fear. It's like, Jesus Christ!
You hear the tightening of a bowstring as you pull back and say Jesus Christ. As you hear a little sprig just being like, be nice to my friends.
She
Thank you,
says,
Nira. I like making friends.
if you get me out of
works,
here,
man.
then yes, I will owe you. Did you say your name was Ripple?
I'm Ripple, and these people are other people, but I don't give their names because they're not mine to give.
This is very well, Ripple. We have an understanding then. You get me out of here, even if it is to Gaia, and we shall be friends. And even better friends if you get me back to the Shadowfell.
Now, just so you know, we now can't get any more people because we're maxed out on our escape plan. So if you
We are
see any
at
more people you want to
capacity.
save, tough.
Alright, so go ahead and delete your tokens. She says, wait, I hear movement. And she turns around with the sword. Is someone else here?
Don't worry about it. Just
Orcard
keep
and
going.
Chiva and Rockbro.
What was the whole thing you just said about not giving out other people's names?
Oh, sorry, Riven.
She says, Wait, did you say Orcard?
You know Orcard?
She
Again,
says
names.
I do. We were being held in the same cage for a while.
Oh,
Yes,
see?
yes, it is I, Niara. She says, I'm glad you're
Okay.
all right, Orcard. And then I assume they just keep going, trying to keep their voices down. So wait, are you leaving them up here, like in this room, or?
So
Yep.
we're gonna find the stairs that goes downstairs.
All right.
They can be sort of part of the Rebel Reserve Party sort of thing.
Yeah, they're kind of like at the very back.
She says, I'll set up here, in the hallway, just in case anyone gets by you. I can kill them along with Orcard. Orcard says, keep an eye out for my armaments while you're down there. I could really use my sword.
Do you know how
Yeah,
to
should we
shoot a
give
bow?
Who? Orcard? He says, of course I do.
Do you want a longbow and some arrows?
If you have extra, I'll take it for now. Be better to have something.
Right,
You can have a longbow and the 20 arrows for now, because it is better than nothing.
right.
What about Shiva? Can you use a sling?
Shiva is kind of out of it. She doesn't really answer. Orcard says, Niara, do you know anything about why this place would be affecting our allies in the way it is? They seem to be passive and almost incoherent. And she would say, yes, it's the shadow madness, or the madness of the chaos in the Shadowfell. They need to get to one of the Raven Queen's relics as soon as possible, or they might go mad. She says, I believe that the lower levels of this place are protected. If you can get them down someplace safe down there.
So
It's just
just
the
to check,
prison up here isn't.
just to check, we are leaving Orcard, Ratbro, Shiva, Quinton, and Niara up here while we go downstairs. Yeah.
Quentin should come downstairs
Okay.
because he has pass without a trace.
Okay. I just
Oh,
remember
yeah.
like he's got that less 16 health.
Alright, so you're leaving some of them up here to kind of guard the rear of the group. Okay.
Mm,
Going
Yeah.
down,
So
so slowly starting to creep down the stairs, listening to any noise
alright.
ahead.
So Calgrod is sneaking down first.
Greg just behind.
So you are coming down the stairs. It sounds quiet, at least in this first area. As you come down the stairs, you would see an empty room. Let me get your token.
Can I just claim that Sprig is 10 feet behind Cal because I can't see through Sprig, so it's kind of hard to keep it there, and he's just sort of following invisibly if that's nice.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to have him on there. You could just say he's following.
Yeah.
Alright, so you come down the stairway, Calgrod, into a fairly large room with a big pillar in the middle of it. Looks like a support pillar. There are a couple of swords on the wall here in the west area of the room. You would notice also, looks like a chair on the south area. Other than that, the room seems empty. It's kind of a big room to be this empty.
Nice. As a sword for our card or any of the weapon of the prisoners.
Sure. If you want, someone can run the sword back up to Orcard.
Yeah, so
Sprig
I'll
can
do that.
carry it.
Okay.
I'll do that. Actually, I'll take back my short sword and bring another sword for Niara.
All right. So you send those two weapons upstairs, and yeah, she would
Yeah.
come back with your short sword.
So there is one door, an exit door here. Going to kind of. So the chair is over there, right?
Yeah, there's a chair on the south wall here.
So like if there was a guard or something like that, or
Could be.
where somebody can. So I'm going to just stay along the wall here and cautiously examine the pillar before going any further. I mean, going like here and starting to kind of examine if there is any purpose to that pillar outside of the supports.
It seems structural. What's your passive perception? 21?
17.
17? Yeah, it just seems structural. You don't think there's anything else going on with it.
Okay, so I'm going to spend the time to investigate in case there is any trap or anything like that.
All right. So go ahead and do investigation. Doesn't look like it. Just seems like a normal
Yep.
pillar to you.
Right, so I'm going to move over there and continue down there to the door.
Oh, you should all be able to see now, by the way.
Yeah. Can Sprig help with
So,
the investigation at all?
as you get towards the door, you start to hear voices. You think there's someone in the room beyond.
Okay, so I'm signaling the others and trying to kind of get here and get a sense of how many there could be. Is there's only one, or is there's anybody else?
It sounds like two. You speak Elven?
Okay, I do not.
Okay.
I speak Sylvan.
Elven.
So it sounds
Uh,
like they're having a conversation in a language you don't fully understand.
I think
All right.
Sprig
Sprig.
does.
Sprig can. And Sprig's like 10 feet behind, so if he hears something that he can't understand, he'll get a bit closer. His perception is lower, it's only 13 passive.
Alright, Calgrod and Sprig, give me stealth checks, since they're kind of close to the door. Sound-based stealth, if that matters.
No, Sprig
Okay.
doesn't get any bonuses to that, and he's invisible anyway.
So, Sprig would whisper to Calgrod, it sounds like they're talking about some kind of activity outside that was reported outside the keep. It also sounds like there's some kind of a disagreement between someone named where is he? What's his name? What's his name?
Insert name here.
I should know it by heart by now. Do I not have his name here? I'll say for now a name you probably don't recognize. Because I'm, whatever reason,
So
not finding it.
I whisper back to Sprig to kind of go ask Niara if she knows anything about that. Let me know. And while he does that, I'm just investigating the door to see if it's locked and if it's trapped.
Sprig just sort of sits down on your shoulder, thinks for a minute, and then Ripple will be like, Niara, do you know about this thing that Calrod asked me to ask about?
Are you screaming up the stairs?
No, he's going to fly upstairs.
Oh, okay.
But Sprig will stay with Calrod as Ripple goes up and asks the question. You can sort of find familiar telepathic link.
Oh, right. That's what it is. Someone named Arden Relic.
Do you know anything about Hardened Relic, Nero? Or Card?
All right, so you go up the stairs, taking. Well, while that's happening, what are you doing, Calgrod?
Hitting the door to see if it's closed. Staying out.
So you use you very carefully, I guess, jiggle the handle a little, and you don't think it's locked.
Okay. So no signs of traps. So I'm just waiting for them to return with information if there's anything we need to know before getting to these guys.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Spring on the shoulder, so it'll be fairly instantaneous response.
So after a moment, you would hear one of the soldiers walking away, it sounds like. But if you ask Niara Frost upstairs, she would tell you that Arden Relic is one of the leaders of the cultists. Someone I really want to kill if I get the chance.
So he's number 1 on the hit list. Understood.
Last I heard, he had traveled to Gaian for some reason. So, not surprised he's or I'd be surprised if he's still here. Or if he came back this quick.
Well, if you do want to kill him, when we go to Gaia after we escape, if you don't want to come back until he's dead, that's fine. I just need like a day's notice to send you back.
I have no idea where he is in Gaian. Gaian is quite a large place, unfortunately.
But we kind of know where they've been operating in Gaian, so he might be around there. But it's up to you, because we're friends now.
So if I hear a guy leaving by a door, like on the door looking or door closing, I will kind of try to surprise the other guy and just burst into the room.
All right, give me one moment.
Ooh. That's a fun way to... Yeah, okay.
All right, so you quickly push the door open. Is the party moving up, or are they staying back for the time being?
Ripples.
Well, I'll say they're near the stairs, but just because it might be relevant, go ahead and put your tokens down and roll for initiative.
Okay. Ripples like they're as far back as you can be, and Sprig is on Carl's shoulder. Sorry, so one sec.
Alright, so Calgrod, you push the door open quickly. And you would see the soldier there. He definitely was not ready for you. So the first to act is actually going to be Calgrod. So he is surprised.
I was there kind of taking a quick look down there to see if I see anybody else. I don't, so I'm going to get my dagger out and attack this guy.
Okay, the guy goes for his sword, but he is surprised, so you get to act first. Huh. Yeah, well, you don't have advantage for surprise, right?
No, yeah, there's no advantage.
Alright, so no, he kind of, even though surprised, your aim is a little bit off and you stab to the side of him with the first attack.
Yep. Oh. So I'm following up with the second one.
Yeah, 20 will strike.
I will actually call up. No, I will do a favored foe again.
Okay. He goes down as you stab him, quickly slicing his throat.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
So he's not a soldier.
No, this guy doesn't have like chains or any type of specialty equipment. He just looks like he was a soldier.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, you take him down pretty quietly. He doesn't even get a chance to scream or anything.
So as the
You
other
would
come-
hear movement down here,
Right. So
but not coming towards you. You just think
I
there's
wait.
someone else in that area.
Yeah, so I wait for the group to show up here, and then when they are here, I'm going to move over there.
And I'll get rid of the party token for now, just because your positioning might be relevant.
Can Ripple just sit on Quentin's shoulder and just effectively ride around on Quentin's shoulder whilst transferring his sight to Sprig?
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Oh, then that's what he will be doing. Because we pretty much want to keep Ripple out of combat for now, so he's just going to be on the shoulder, blind.
What's Sprig's sight?
Sprig's sight is standard.
60 dark vision?
Would
No
Sprig,
dark vision.
Oh, no dark vision. All right.
but if you're seeing through Sprig,
No.
do you?
No. Right, so Find Familiar allows you to get the benefits of your familiar's eyesight, which means you are literally using their eyes. But there has been torches around the place, all over the place. I'm hoping it's dimly lit or possibly lit.
Yeah, there are areas around here that are lit. All right, so Calgrod, you think you hear movement in the area over here as you're moving through the room. And you still also hear movement over here. There is a door here, so you're guessing that might be a hallway or a room or something.
I'm going to
Can we
sneak
get
to
our
try-
dark vision again, please?
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Neither can I. Well, Sprig can't,
Yeah.
but there's no lights around, I guess.
There are, not in this room, there aren't any lights.
Okay.
Does anyone else need dark vision?
No, mine carried over.
So Calgrod, give me a stealth check.
Yep.
And actually, now, since you're all in this room, everyone give me stealth checks.
I'm blind, can't see. Ooh, blind's an actual condition. That gives you status effects.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can... Oh, but you can't hear either, right? Do you lose all
No.
your senses, or just
I
sight?
lose all my senses. I'm deaf and blind.
Alright, so I'll
I
just
don't think.
delete you and say you're riding around on... Who was it?
Quentin.
Quentin?
Quentin, because Quentin's
Okay.
more likely to be at the back. So, yeah.
And we do still have Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What time does that last still?
it lasts an hour.
Yeah, so
we-
what's it at right now?
I put it in the extended effect. It started at 6:40. So I don't know how far we are from
6?
6:40.
Oh, it's 9:20 a.m. right now.
Oh,
It started
Yes.
when we entered the castle.
That would have been 9 o'clock then.
Okay.
9. Okay.
I was gonna say, you guys didn't wake up till 7, so I didn't think it would have been... But yeah, you got 40 more minutes then. That's about 9:20 now.
7 could be sent was 7 and it's gone. And
Sprig
this-
is super stealthy. But you can't
Alright, what do we got? So 17, 26, 19. Alright, so far it doesn't seem like anyone's heard you. Calgrod, you get down here. And you would see a couple of soldiers here. One down here. These are all armed with normal weaponry, so they might be soldiers, not mercenaries. But none of them have noticed you yet.
Yeah, I will use advantage of surprise to kind of rush toward the first one.
Oh, all right. Well, give me. Now I gotta clear initiatives. Go ahead and give me initiative rolls, please.
Right, so this is really awkward. Because,
You can, I guess, pull your
yeah.
token back on.
Is there somewhere on the map where it wouldn't affect it, or?
Or here, I'll pull you back
So
on.
put him up here, where you used to be.
Yeah.
Well, he's on Quentin's shoulders.
Yeah, but basically
Purple.
the only thing that actually matters is how close Revan and Sprig are to each other in the initiative order. But
So you don't have any
currently,
vision, but there's your token.
cool.
Is
That's
everyone else
bad.
on the initiative?
Bastard.
Shit.
Okay, I'm assuming you all are. So, all right. The first one to act is going to be Sprig.
Has to be
I
Sprig for the
think
first turn.
Sprig would be surprised though, because Calgrod just suddenly ran out. Quentin is gonna. No one's immune to surprise, so I'm just gonna skip over to Calgrod because these guys are all surprised. Calgrod, what do you? So you're running out.
To this guy, dagger out, and
So he's like, huh? What the? As he goes for his weapon, but you surprise him, so you rush at him, stabbing. 14 would miss, so he dodges your
Okay.
first stab.
so second one.
Yeah, 26 is gonna land.
I am going to do an X at that point. Oh no, I can't actually. So I'm going to do favorable.
All right. Well, the first 14 kills him. Oh.
I didn't realize it. Alright. So I have a bonus action left. I am going to use my bonus action to bring a spiritual weapon, actually.
All right.
Really?
So you chant summoning a spiritual weapon.
Uh-huh.
Where are you putting it?
I am going to put it, so let me cast a spell first. And go next to him here.
Yeah, 24 will strike him. Oh.
So how do I do the damage, by the way?
You just
No,
click on spiritual weapon in chat.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Make sure it didn't minus extra spell slots.
Yep, yeah, I did. Yeah, it has removed it.
Alright, so he takes 6 damage, looking injured. And that is it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mark yourself with a spiritual weapon and pull it onto the board here. You should see the spiritual weapon in the effects there under S. Tal, you are surprised. Ripple's surprised. Shattercar is surprised. New round, Sprig.
Sprig's gonna move down slightly, still invisible.
Yeah.
No lights in the room.
You should see a light source over here. Do you not see it?
Cool. Sprig can't see any light sources in this room. That's his turn. He can't do anything.
Wait, can you not see through Sprig's eyes?
Possibly if there are light sources in the
There's
room.
light
No,
here. There's light here. There's light here. There's
no
light
way.
right next to you, like literally on your square.
Cool. No, I can't see through his eyes, and now I can. So that's perfect. Yeah, Sprig can't do anything this round because Ripple didn't tell him to. So
Okay.
he can do nothing for now.
Quentin.
I also can't see what he sees.
Alright, so he's gonna shoot at this guy then, probably.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a shot. Firebolt, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 will strike, hitting the wounded guy, who is immolated, falling to the ground dead.
So there's one more guy alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one
to
more
stop.
guy to the south. I don't know if he can do anything about it.
Not really.
Okay. So the Shatter Kai is dead. Riven.
Suppose. I see the Shadow Kai down there. Right, I will Mind Sliver.
Okay, so you send a Mind Sliver at that guy as he's surprised, everything happening all at once. So int save. He would fail it, and his head would burst.
Nice.
Ending
Wow.
combat. Not much noise was made, luckily, as they were unable to act before. They were unable to say anything because you killed them before their turns came up.
So
I rolled.
Yeah, good.
I was going to say I rolled the worst possible options for Sprig being able to fight. Ripple last, Sprig first. It's like that doesn't work. Oh well.
I'm going to hear past his door as I'm kind of shushing Kenton and kind of signaling for the group to move in.
You would hear quite a bit of activity. You would guess there are multiple people beyond this door moving around.
Right, so I'll kind of do a no sign with my finger here and move toward the door here.
Okay.
Put my blade back in its scabbard.
This door, you would hear. Sounds like there's some noise in this area, somewhere nearby. It sounds like low tones. You can't hear what they're saying, but yeah, someone's definitely in the room nearby, or maybe in a hallway.
So at least two people speaking, or somebody like muttering something, or
You would guess. Give me an active perception. Maybe you can hear more. No, 17. So, yeah, you think there's two people. You would guess there might be a couple of walls between you and them because it's pretty muffled. So it might be a separate nearby area.
nice. So I'll kind of return to the group whisper. So a lot of people behind this double door. Probably nobody right behind this other door, and there is another door up north with some noise behind. What do you guys want to do?
We should. Don't want to go through the double doors because it sounds like there's lots of people there, but it also sounds like that's the way out.
But we don't want to be in the courtyard, right? We want to try to figure out if there is another. We were on the third floor, so we are on the first floor right now.
You're
Or
on the
second
second floor, yeah.
second floor right now.
Okay, so we just want to go down. We don't care how we get down.
All right, so
Let's
I'll
go
go open the doors and try to be stealthy, unless anyone's saying anything else.
Mm,
Just
well,
don't.
I'd really like some strawberries, but I don't think you've got enough.
Just do a countdown so we aren't surprised.
So you open the door carefully and quietly.
All right.
Seeing a hallway, there's looks like a door north and a door south in the hallway, and you think you
Right.
hear the noise louder coming from the north.
All right, so I'm going to listen to the south one. I assume at that point my spiritual weapon is gone.
Okay.
Takes a minute, doesn't it?
Yeah, so the spiritual weapon would disappear. Going inside, you don't hear any noise from the south door. Now that you're closer, you would guess there are 2 people in the northern room possibly having relations.
So, alright, so I am going to listen to the other one door here.
Yeah, no noise coming from the south.
Okay,
Your
I'm
hair just whispered into your
So-
ear by a small sprite. I can make one of them fall asleep, and it'd be really fun.
So I'm looking at that and counting 3, 2, 1 with my finger before I open the door.
The south door. All right. So you kind of let everyone know that you're playing Open the Door. Everyone gets ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would open that door. It leads into a hallway. No one. Well, do you walk in?
Yeah, totally.
I thought we were going for the ones where they're having relations. That's where I wanted to go. Interrupt them. Kill them.
Riven's
Remember,
Riven's a bit of a weirdo.
Hang on. If we're going to do this, shouldn't we go get the others and get them to be at least behind us in like one room so we don't make all the way out and we have to try and track all the way back?
Alright, so as they are not following, I'm kind of returning to see what they are discussing.
yes, no, we should. Oh, actually, I can't hear or
And
see you.
you all actually would start to hear what he was hearing from this room. Give me stealth checks, since you're all over here now.
We're both just like, what's that noise?
Still plus 10. 17, 32, 22. All right, so yeah, you don't think the people in the room are alerted as you're kind of tiptoeing around. What do you want to do?
I'm asking the
Yes.
group. Okay, so
Yes,
we're
we should go and get the others.
Right,
All
I'll
right, so-
fly back and get Orcard, Ratbro, Shiva, and
All
Nyara.
right. Nyara says, did the teleport spells work outside the prison area? She had time to think about what she had said before.
Yes, that's how we got here. We teleported. Yes, fine. Can we just keep going now, please?
She says, well, can we teleport out then? That's my question. Can we use your dimensional walk spell? Or Ripple, whoever had it. One of you fairies.
Keep being racist and watch what will happen.
Ugh, it's
Shadow
not
If it's right.
racist. So she
You're
would
not there.
she would follow
I know.
you
You're
down. Well, she follows you down the stairs, leading the others. So I'll say they move into the northern room. Let me put them up there for now. But she says, yes, my point stands. Can we go back to Gaian now that we're at the prison
We have a
area?
plan. We have a plan. We have to get out the building. Once we get out the building, we're gone. It's fine. Shut up. Just keep everybody safe.
She has a point. If it's possible here, we need to know.
All right, so
Of course, you say your best friend now has a point.
No, she's not my best friend. Sprig's my best friend. But if we are able to teleport here, then we can leave now.
How do we test that, guys?
Hang on, wait, before you do it. I've got it. No, there's a way. Quentin, can you do detect magic? And no, you can't because it'll intrude.
No, he can't.
Concentration if passed without a trace.
Tar can, but it takes 10 minutes.
Okay,
That-
so we go into the room where people are crying for some strange reason, and we
Ripple,
hide in
Ripple,
there. Yeah.
that's not crying.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
jeez.
just in his head. That's not crying. That's the other thing.
Okay. Okay.
So you guys want to get in so that we try in a separate room?
I don't know. We don't know if any other teleport magic doesn't work.
So right
We've
now,
only tried my spell.
anybody
Right.
coming here will see the 3 guys dead. So
Yes.
as soon as somebody comes up, we will be the alarm will be rang. So do we want to get into that room or do we continue?
Well,
I say
trying
continue.
my spell might be a good idea, but I don't want to try plane shift again until we know it will work.
If we want to do a
Maybe
teleport spell,
we-
I've got Dimension Door.
Can somebody do Dimension Door?
I can.
Give it a go.
Or Mr.
Alright,
Step?
cool.
Give it try a teleport spell that we know doesn't work, rather than potentially
Do we-
waste another spell slot. Well, potentially waste the spell slot that Planeshift
Do we
uses.
know?
Well,
Do
you
we
know that
Dimension Doors
Plane
doesn't work?
Shift, when you tried to use it, did not expend the spell.
It didn't the first time.
Yeah, even
Don't
though
think
you.
want to risk it potentially happening on the second time.
All right, so
Unless
someone.
you can roll something to know that.
I mean, like someone said, detect magic would let you detect magical fields. But other than that, I mean, you just kind of probably have to try it. Like try a teleport of some kind or dimension door or whatever.
Hey, Quentin. Question: if I Dimension Door, would the magic thing that stopped us from
Are you
playing
all
stop
are
me
you
from
all
Dimension
like
Door?
whispering right outside the door here?
I'm telepathically
Oh,
asking
telepath.
Quentin
Okay,
that
sorry.
question. Like
Okay,
I am the
got it.
I
so.
mean,
Yeah, with the 21 Arcana check, does Quinton know if my Dimension Door would have been blocked by the same thing that stopped us plane shifting?
So I think what you had determined last time was that the at least some areas of the forts may have been specifically shielded from certain spells being cast. So if Dimension Door, I mean, if this place is shielded, then if Dimension Door was one of those spells, then it would be blocked.
Okay, so if plane shift's blocked, Dimension Door, in theory, could be blocked.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would depend on what spells, because you don't think it was all spells, because you were able to use Banishment,
Anyway,
which would do dimensional travel.
I'll Dimension Door over here. You know, so I'll
All
see if
right,
it'll work.
that will make some noise because you'll. I think. Well, what sort of components does this spell have?
I
Verbal.
believe it's the trio.
So
No,
yeah,
it's,
you would have to do some chanting, which could.
Right,
I
so
fly
I
up-
will
if I know-
tell Riven. Okay, so then we need to take down these two guys
Well,
before they
hang
can.
on. Before you do that, if I know that I'm going to chant, if I know, because I'd have cast it before, I'll fly away. Like I'll fly up to where we're not in here,
Yeah.
and then I'd cast Dimension Door just to come down, so I'm away from everyone, so I'd know.
All right,
Yeah.
you cast Dimension Door, and you want to go back to where you were.
Basically there, so it's still far enough away from them. Hopefully they won't hear me, but
Wow. All
Yeah,
right,
travel
so
there.
you do indeed step through a dimensional door, reappearing over here.
okay. Then Ripple hears it and is like, "My God, it worked!"
Okay, are we trying this? We can
yes.
perhaps leave now.
Yeah. Let's try it.
Okay, let's try it. So I will temporarily dismiss Sprig because Sprig would bring us over the count.
Okay.
With Shinyara now, we have the space.
We have 9. Yeah, that's it.
With Niara, we have 9. So just to start with, we will.
All old hands.
Okay.
All right, so they are coming down here to you, the three of them.
Yeah.
Everybody hold hands. Everybody hold hands.
And I gotta make a stealth check for them. Oh, they make a little bit of noise. Luckily, you don't think the person in the room heard it. And you're gonna
Everybody
cast
hold hands.
Dimension Door?
No, we are
No.
casting Plane Shift.
Or, yeah, Plane Shift. Alright, so you spend, you attempt to spend your spell, and you're just, where in Gaian do you want to try to go?
Heck,
I've kind of realized that these people haven't told Ripple where to go.
Isek.
So Ripple's going to choose a place.
Isek.
I mean, last
Too late
time they went to Isik, but I don't know how many places he knows of. Yeah, where do you want to go? There's, I'm not sure. Has Ripple been to any of the Empire cities?
No, he was thinking of just targeting like a flowery meadow.
Yeah, there aren't too
Material
many
Plane.
flowers in Isik. So do you want to try to go to a flowery meadow or to Isik?
We'll go to Isaac. We'll be reasonable.
All right.
Because
It does indeed work.
we're out, boys.
Wow, 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 wow. So you would appear back in Issac. Let me see where in Issac you appear.
Best
It's a big
wizard
city.
ever. And that is
Right in the middle of Vampire Lair.
It doesn't matter. And just as a point, that it's my mythic arcanum, not a spell slot. So
Yeah, the once per day thing, I believe.
Yeah, just
Alright.
applying it.
So you would appear in the middle of a area of Issac where you would see, looks like some humans around helping to rebuild. They're a little bit taken aback, but they don't bother you. They just go back to work.
River just goes, oh, for fuck's sake.
Best
More
wizard
human.
ever.
Here, let me give you a better view.
Cathedral.
Yeah, so what do you all want to do?
We're bringing everybody to the cathedral, including Niara.
Yara's kind of looking around. She's like, oh, this is a quaint little place. Why is everything falling apart?
The minute the spell worked, Riven hugged Quinton, just like, yes, we're out of there. I hate the Shadowfell.
Well, Niara, you need to tell us more about this. Well, let's get to the cathedral where we'll be kind of safe and with allies, and we can talk.
All
Remember, she's my friend now. Best wizard ever. Just continually dancing, just all the way. Best wizard ever.
So you return.
Yeah,
you return to the Warforged Cathedral. The Warforged are surprised to see you. The Yara says, "Metal men, interesting."
We bring Rodbro, we bring Orchard and Shiva. We call for Dima Prime and the Nimble.
Rotbro and Shiva still seem pretty out of it.
Right.
You think, Orchard, well, he seems kind of similar, but he's coherent at least. So yeah, you would enter the halls of the cathedral. The Warforged welcome you as allies. What do you want to do?
We'll call for Nimble first.
Okay. So,
and we're going, as we are waiting, kind of sitting or something like that. So we need to discuss with Niara. So who is this relic that you were mentioning? Arden Relic.
Says Arden Relic is one of the high wizards of the cult. There were a couple of them, but he was in charge, or is in charge, of the northern areas.
So he's a Shadow Lord?
This is Shadow Lord. Don't think so. Says the Shadow Lord's. I mean, there's only one Shadow Lord. He says Gaivok, but he disappeared a long time ago.
Do you know anybody by the name of shoot? What was the other name?
Malek.
Malek. Yes, thank you.
She shakes her head. She says, "Should I?"
So that's not the name that you're familiar with. Are you familiar with a lot of the leadership of the Children of the Shadow, or not?
Well, just from what my employer had told me, I know a couple of the names of the wizards in charge. She says, but are there more than? Is there more than one Shadow Lord? And as you're talking, Nimble walks up and says, "Ah, friends, you've returned. I hope you've been well."
Wait, Nimble, are we friends?
I don't see why not. I'm very curious to learn more about beings of the Feywild. In fact, I was hoping to go there one day.
One day. Two friends, one day. Yay. Like, there is no point role-playing Ripple anymore. He's insane at this point. Go.
Riven just rolls his eyes, just like, Jesus Christ.
So I hope they are not serving us oil
No.
when they are bringing the tea.
No. They're bringing you things that humans seem to enjoy consuming. You've probably been brought in some, maybe some tea and maybe some like muffins or something.
Right.
They don't taste the best. You would imagine this was made by someone who has no taste buds and read something, as you're like the muffins are kind of stale and probably weren't stored correctly and don't have enough sugar, or maybe too much
Wait,
sugar.
Nyara, you mentioned only one Shadow Lord, so who's the Shadow Lord do you know of?
She says there is only one Shadow Lord, from my understanding. I mean, I'm no wizard or historian, but most people know of Gaivok and the activities of the Children of Shadow. They're almost like
So,
They're almost like boogeymen from where I come from.
yeah, before we can talk further, because there is some information we have that you don't have, we need to know more about your employer. We cannot really. Clearly, you knew about the Midnight Buyer. Clearly, you know about the Children of the Shadows, and yet you're working for Nether, and you say you're mercenary. So, who are you actually paid by?
And this would be a good stopping point.
She's my friend. You don't need to ask her this.
Go ahead and give me whispers for your vote, and we can question Niara further next time.
Riven's 3 steps away from telepathically ripping the information out of her head, so yeah.
Oh, that was a fun session.
We didn't die.
We didn't die. We didn't die. We did fucking great. We
Yeah,
did fucking
I think
great.
you guys actually did pretty good. You,
We did.
I was
really fucking
expecting
good.
you to bring down the whole place on yourselves, but you didn't.
Like,
Calgrod, with 3 votes, you are MVP.
Thanks, guys.
unanimous.
Everyone was impressed by the only person with any sense.
No, there's a sense to the fairies.
They have
It's
their
just that-
own,
I'm sorry, what?
their own particular brand of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to know what you think our logic of sense is.
No,
I didn't say
nonsense.
logical. I didn't say logical. I said sense.
Yeah, nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. Nonsense.
Yeah, no, it's none.
It's nonsense.
Just as a point, like fucking Ripple made a half-baked plan of just teleporting to the guy and then teleporting to fucking the Shadowfell, going to the temple, grabbing the people and just leaving, and it fucking worked.
In a
it did
fashion.
not.
Sort of. You probably killed all the other prisoners, or at least most
Yeah,
of
I'm
them.
not gonna lie. I do love the idea that all these people are now just lost, dying. Like, should
Just
we
as a
try
point.
and find them?
Probably
Just
not.
as a
I
point.
mean, they could be anywhere in Gaian. I don't think
Yeah,
you'll
it's
ever
probably
find
like
them.
That's probably a 50-50 chance they survived or
I
something.
mean, maybe some of them appeared in the city somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
And like,
I mean, how much of Gaian
there's
is
another
covered by
point.
ocean?
Most of it, like in our world. So there's a good chance they could be out in the ocean somewhere. Probably a higher chance of that than being in a city or somewhere livable.
Or they got dropped off in the Arctic or Antarctic and they froze to death.
Yeah.
Just as a point, Carl and Tal told Ripple and Riven the plan was to go there and save Orcard.
I mean, yeah, you
Didn't say
did.
anything
You did
about-
say
we
save
saved
the named
3 more
NPCs. So
We
Uh,
saved
this-
3 more people than our target and made 2 more friends. It's a good
Yeah.
You
day.
made 2 more.
Ripple
You
is
made 2 more
ridiculous.
friends. Riven doesn't
Ripple
trust
is
this
ridiculous
Nyara.
at the moment.
Riven doesn't
No,
trust
it's
this
fine.
Nyara.
It's fine. She said she'd be my friend, so she is funded by fake contracts to be my friend.
You don't get
Oh.
them to sign, so it doesn't count.
Well, I
It's
don't
an
know.
agreement.
I don't know if
Fake
she realized what
contracts
she
work on
said.
verbal agreement too.
Hi, folks. So have a great week, and talk to you
Toodaloo.
next week.
yeah, take care,
See you
everyone.
next week.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Oh fuck, Ripple's gonna be intolerable for the next session or 2.
What do you mean Riven's going to be intolerable? Riven's always intolerable.
Ripple,
Yes.
not Riven. Ripple. He's made 2 friends
proved he's the best wizard. That's all he wants. Okay. I'm gonna drop off. Toodles, peeps.
Toodles.
Yeah, see ya.
Hi.